Hello friends, good morning. So in this tutorial, of course in this video, I want to talk about Java 8 new features. Are getting the big demand is there in the YouTube area, next even in Amirpet area also. Sir, what are various new features are there in Java 8? Why these new features came in the Java 8 version? These things let me talk. Sir, as a part of Java 8, what topics we are going to cover, or what important topics are there? The first biggest important topic, the most, Java 8, immediately the word will come in the picture. Okay, lambda expressions. Are you getting the first one? Lambda. In our lambda mathematics, we can use the symbol, sir. Lambda expressions. This is the most valuable topic, especially in the Java 8. Sir, if I am using the word Java 8, the first word in every student mind is going to be there, lambda expressions. There are n number of comments for our video. Sir, can you please upload Java 8 new features or lambda expressions? Like this is the first topic. And after that, sir, a new type of interfaces came. Okay, of course, these are there in the old versions, but the word may be new. Functional interfaces. Are you getting? What is the word, sir? Functional interfaces, which can be used to call lambda expressions. I want to call lambda expression, something must be required, some type must be required. That type itself is nothing but functional interface. Anyway, don't worry about that, just aware the words. Next, after that, I will talk about these two things are almost, right? Sir, how to write lambda expression. Next, and after that, how you can call by using functional interfaces, right? Next, in the interfaces, normal interfaces, right? We can write only abstract methods. We can declare public, static, final variables, right? Every method present inside interface is always public and abstract, whether we are declaring or not. Every variable present inside interface is always public, static, final, whether we are declaring or not. Sir, this rule is applicable until 1.7 version only. But in the 1.8 version, even you can declare concrete methods also inside interface. Those methods are nothing but default methods. Are you getting what those methods are? Default methods. What is a default method? What is the purpose of default method? How these default methods we can declare? I will explain in detail. Okay, don't worry about that. Sir, default methods in interfaces concept. Sir, from 1.8 version onwards, we can declare static methods also inside interface. We are getting static methods also inside interfaces, right? So default methods, and after that one, static methods also. These two are extra things are allowed inside interface from which version onwards? 1.8 version onwards, right? Next, after this, we have to talk about there are some predefined functional interfaces are there. Sir, standard predefined, what is the first one? Predicate. What is the first one, son? Predicate. Next, second one, function. Next one, do you know, right? Predicate. How to use predicate? Predicate is a predefined functional interface. Similarly, function is also predefined functional interface. Next, consumer. Are you getting? Consumer is also predefined functional interfaces, right? We have to discuss about these predefined functional interfaces. Okay, with lambda expression, happily we can use these functional interfaces, right? Which methods are there, how you can use, that part I will discuss in detail. Next, after that, do you know, in the C++, I hope you people may aware, double colon operator. Regarding the C++, we can use what? Double colon operator, which is also known as what? Scope resolution operator. In the C++ it is there, but in Java it is not there, right? But make sure in the 1.8 version, happily we can use this operator, but it is not a scope resolution operator. The purpose is the different. C++ double colon operator, Java 1.8 version double colon operator, purposes are different, don't map that. Next, what is the purpose of double colon operator? For method reference. Are you getting what is the purpose of? Method reference and constructor reference. Method reference and constructor reference. Method reference and constructor reference by double colon operator. Double colon operator. Okay, you people should aware these things. I will explain in detail, don't worry about that. What is the method reference, how you can use, what is the constructor reference, how to use double colon operator in Java 8. Next, after completing this, okay, next topic, the most valuable topics are, so whenever we are using Java 1.8, in your mind only two words will come in the picture. The first biggest word, lambda expression. Yes, obviously Java 8 means lambda's expression. The second biggest topic is streams concept. Regarding what is these concepts are? Streams concept, stream API. Regarding stream API, so to perform operations on collections, bulk operations on collections will become very easy. In your normal coding, if you are writing 5 lines, 6 lines, 7 lines of the code, just you can write by using stream only 1 line. So to write more readable, maintainable, concise code by using streams concept, wonderful, beautiful concept, sir. It is, sir, whenever we are using Java 8, only two words in every person's mind. One is lambda expression, second one is what? Stream API. Most valuable concepts are, of course, my favorite topics are. Now, the next topic, sir, we have to talk about date and time API. Regarding a new date and time API concept came to handle date and time values very easily, sir. This date and time API introduced by Joda.org. Are you getting something like our Joda Akbar in the cinema movie is there, right? Just Joda Akbar date and time API, Joda.org. These people introduced it. That's why it is also known as Joda API. Remember this one. So that's all. There are several other topics are there. Have you observed? So these are the new features what came at the part of 1.8 version. Have you observed? First we require to talk about what? Lambda expressions, functional interfaces. Next, in the interfaces, a new addition, default methods of you can declare what is the purpose, what is the static methods, and after that we will talk about predicate, function, consumer like predefined functional interfaces, how we can use these things with lambda expressions, and then double colon operator, how to use method references and constructor reference by using double colon operator. Next topic, stream API. Most valuable concepts are stream API. Next, date and time API, which is also known as Joda time API, right? Sir, these are the topics what we require to discuss. Yeah, the part of this video series. Are you in a position to understand, right? Sir, if any person asking, sir, can you please explain or can you please tell what are new features came in the 1.8 version? This content itself is an important question for the interview room. Can you spell out, sir? What are various new features? Immediately you have to tell. Lambda expressions. Next, functional interfaces. Default methods and static methods inside interface concept. Predicate, consumer, function, like a double colon operator, stream API, Joda time API, like you should be in a position to tell. Okay? But anyway, sir, I'm telling directly. These are the things we require to discuss. These are the things which came as a part of Java 1.8 version. But what is the speciality of this Java 1.8 when compared with the previous versions, right? So, do you know, first version of Java came in 1996. You know, right, Java 1.0 version came in the 1996. But now 2017, almost around, do you know, right, 21 years, 21, 22 years before is nothing but Java came. So, in the 1.0 version, 1996, the programming area, 2017, the way of writing the program completely should be changed. So, even hardware improvements are there. Next and after that, software coding styles got improved. That's why, sir, here, Java 1.8 version, more focus is nothing but, sir, only three things, sir. Remember that. Sir, why this Java 1.8 version came in the picture? What their main intention when compared with the last releases, right? Sir, do you know, Java 1.0, original version. 1.1 version, minor version. Remember, Java 1.0 is the first major version, sir. Next, 1.1 is the minor version. But whenever we are introducing, of course, Java 1.2 came, it is once again major version, sir. Your collection framework, n number of features came in the 1.2. Next, 1.3 version, 1.4 version, minor versions only. Small chota concepts got introduced, right? But 1.5 version, wow, wonderful versions are this is. N number of new features came. If you observe that, several features came. For each loop, annotations concept, where are the methods, enum concept, like there are several new concepts, including your generics also, auto boxing, auto unboxing, like n number of features came in the 1.5 version, right? Next, 1.6 and 1.7 version, not that much major versions. 1.8 version, once again major version, sir. In the 1.8 version, what the Java people, okay, priorities. Sir, why Java 1.8 change? Java is required to change in the 1.8 version, what their priorities, right? Sir, just observe, all these things, whatever the topics are used, main intention is for three objectives, right? What is the first objective? Remember that. What is the need or what is the first one, sir? The first objective of Java 8 version is to simplify programming. Are you getting? What is the first one, sir? To simplify programming. Okay? Sir, very easily we have to write the code. Very easily, with very less code, we have to meet our requirement. Very concise code is a very maintainable, more readable, concise code I require to write. Sir, some people or Oracle people, of course, Java people gave a bit importance for this. Sir, it's very simple. Any new version, major intention is to simplify the way of writing the code only. The programming simplification only, new versions are. Have you remembered, whenever we introduced, whenever Nokia first mobile came, this much size mobile will come. If you want to hold that mobile, you have to take very carefully, right? Just like our briefcase or something like that. But slowly, mobile sizes got changed. Next, do you know, even that much size mobile also, just for to receive the call, to make a call. No extracurricular activities. But these days, if you observe our phone, do you know, with the phone, you can do anything. Sir, if the smartphone is there in our hand, then obviously, do you know, total world is there in our hand. That much, sir, improvements came. The same way, the main purpose of new version is, sir, to provide easiness to the programmer. Are you getting? More convenient, more features. So that's why whenever new version coming is nothing but we have to give red carpet welcome for the newer versions, because the newer versions are coming, okay, to simplify our programmers' life only. Remember, but I observed most of the programmers, you know, most of the people won't digest new features, won't accept new features. So new features came, once again we require to learn. It's a bit difficult, like the people are going to feel. Sir, once you habituize to using new features, the easiness, more convenience you people are going to get. That's why, so new version, always we have to give red carpet welcome. Remember that, because main intention of newer versions, what is the main intention of newer version? To simplify programmers' life, to provide more features only. Clear for all of it? So even Java 8 also, main intention is you have to write more concise code, more clean code, more maintainable code. For that purpose only Java 1.8 version came, sir. First thing. Next, second one. Very, very important, sir. Do you know the main intention of Java 8? We are using lambda expressions. For which purpose we are using lambda expressions? Observe that very carefully, sir. Sir, I have one doubt. Java is object-oriented or procedure-oriented language? Java is object-oriented programming language only. Remember, everything is an object or is a class. Everything inside a class, everything we have to treat as object only, right? It's not procedural oriented programming. It's not function oriented programming, right? But in the function oriented programming or procedure oriented programming, n number of benefits are there. Those benefits we are missing in Java because of object oriented nature. You know, of course, whatever procedure oriented programming is doing, all those things we can do inside Java by using OOP, object oriented programming, right? But in easy way we have to do that. With the less code we require to do that. Okay, so to enable functional programming in Java, to get the benefits of functional programming in Java, this 1.8 version came in the picture. For that, these lambda expressions introduced, sir. Are you able to understand it? So second intention of this Java 1.8 version is to enable functional programming in Java. It doesn't mean Java is the functional programming language, sir. Still, after 1.8 version also, Java is object-oriented programming only. Just we are getting the benefits of functional programming in the form of lambda expressions. Is it clear for all of it, sir? Java is the object-oriented or functional-oriented, sir? You have to use the word object-oriented programming language only, but we are getting benefits of functional programming by using what? Lambda expressions. Okay, but what is lambda expression? How you can write lambda expression? What benefit we are going to get? That part slowly I will discuss, right? So second, to enable or to utilize, okay, functional programming benefits. Are you getting? To utilize functional programming benefits in Java. Benefits in Java, right? This is the second advantage, right? So to simplify programming, second one is to utilize functional programming benefits in Java. Okay, 1.8 version came, of course, lambda expression, functional interface, all those things came for the same purpose, right? Next, third reason why Java changes in the 1.8 version, because the style of coding is going to be changed, sir. Okay, traditional code and with lambda expression, the way of writing the code is completely new syntax, different syntax is going to come in the picture. What is the main other reason? These days, if you are buying a computer or laptop, if you want to take dual core, octa core, these kind of things are very common, sir. Okay, dual core, octa core, multi-core processors. This Java not utilizing the benefits of multi-core processing. Are you getting? Multi-core parallel processing. Java, old earlier versions of Java is not that much compatible, right? Sir, to get the benefits of multi-core processors in the Java 1.8 version, parallel programming came in the picture. Parallel processing came in the picture in the form of parallel streams. Are you getting? So to get the benefits of, so newer upgraded things in the hardware world to compatible code, for writing compatible code in Java, these newer versions came. So to enable parallel programming. Are you getting? To enable parallel programming in Java or parallel processing in Java, sir, Java 8 came in the picture. Are you getting? Now I can write more compatible code which is going to run on multi-core processors, so that overall performance by default is going to be improved, right? Are you able to understand, right? So what are various new features are there in Java? next and after that, what the main intention of Java 1.8 version. Remember, Java 1.8 version main important intentions are just why Java 1.8 version intentions. Sir, what their objectives, right? To simplify programming, next and after that, to utilize functional programming benefits in Java by using lambda expressions and so on. Next, to enable parallel processing so that my Java program can run on multi-core processors. Overall performance by default is going to be improved. These are the main important priorities related to Java 1.8 version. A different style of coding is there. If you once you are habituated to use 1.8 version, then you never going to use 1.7 version or old versions code, right? Like that, our programming style is going to be simplified. Clear for all of you, right? So very important. Two important questions are covered in this related to this discussion, right? Point number 1, why Java changes in the 1.8 version? What are the main objectives of Java 1.8 version? To simplify programming. Second benefit is nothing but what? To enable functional programming in Java. Third one is what? To enable parallel processing in Java. Because by keeping these three things in the Java people mind, Java 8 they introduced, right? So that's all. Next, in Java 8, what are various new features are there? Are you getting what new features are there? The first lambda expression. Next, functional interfaces, default methods. Next, static methods inside interface, predicate, function, consumer, like multiple functional interfaces are there. Next, double colon operator, how to use, stream API, date and time API, ... Several new concepts are there, sir. That's all. Is it clear for all of you, right? So, if you are going to continue my next level videos, you will become obviously masters in these areas, right? Okay? So, that's all. Thank you, boss. So now I will explain the first topic in the Java 1.8 version new features, lambda expressions. Have you observed? What is our topic name, sir? Lambda expression. Sir, what is, before talking about this lambda expression, let me talk few minutes about this lambda. In your mathematics somewhere, you may heard about lambda calculus or something like, do you know? Something like lambda x plus x is equal to 1 or something like. Sir, in your predicate calculus, integral calculus, next lambda calculus, like in our mathematics, we used. This lambda calculus concept, lambdas, is a big change in the mathematical world. Forget about programming, sir. Whenever the mathematics is there, in the adding lambda calculus in the mathematics is a big change. This was happened in 1930s, I hope. 1930s, first time lambda calculus came in the mathematics world, sir. It was big change in the mathematical world. N number of benefits the mathematics got with this lambda calculus, right? A big problems also solved very easily with this. Sir, slowly, because of benefits of this lambda calculus, slowly the programmers also using this lambda expressions, lambda calculus in programming world also. Do you know, right? Okay. Don't feel Java is the first language which uses lambda expression. Very unfortunate. Java is last language which uses lambda expressions. Recent language which uses lambda expressions, right? Do you know? Sir, the first language which uses lambda expression is Lisp, sir. What is the language? Lisp. Lisp is one programming language, right? Okay. Lisp is the first programming language which uses lambda expressions. Okay. Lambda calculus, it's a big change in the mathematical world. Because of benefits of lambda calculus, slowly the people are started using in the programming world also. Lisp is the first programming language which uses lambda expressions. Next, there are other languages also. There are several other languages also used. C language, C++ language, Objective-C. Are you getting Objective-C? Your C#.NET. Okay, C#.NET. Next, Scala. Have you observed Scala? Next, Ruby, Scala, Ruby, like there are n number of languages already started using lambda expressions. Finally, Java also. Are you getting? Finally, Java also, right? Sir, make sure if any person is asking, Array, can you please spell out the specialty of your Java? Then don't tell the specialty of Java is the lambda expression. Sir, lambda expressions already there in all other languages also. Finally, lastly, the people very lately, Java people started using lambda expressions. Clear for all of you, right? So, lambda calculus was a big change in the mathematical world. Because of its benefits, slowly programmers started using in the regular coding also. Next, do you know rightly speak the first programming language which uses lambda expression? These are various other languages already using lambda expressions, right? Even in your Python also. Okay, you may heard that. Now currently it's the most popular language, Python. Okay, like next at last finally Java came. Even in Java also we started using lambda expressions, right? Sir, okay, at very top level, can you please explain what benefits are there to use if I use lambda expressions in Java? Okay, very simple, sir. We can, the first biggest benefit, if I start using Java lambda expressions, what benefit is there? The first biggest benefit to enable functional programming in Java. Are you getting? Functional programming in Java. Happily, you can use procedure directly. As a variable, you can use the procedure. You can send a procedure as the argument. Are you getting? You can send behavior as the argument. How these things are possible? Just with the lambda expressions, right? So, the main objective of lambda expression is to enable functional programming in Java. So, to get functional programming benefits, we have to use what? Lambda expressions. Next, there is another thing, sir. Without lambda expressions, with lambda expression, I will show multiple examples in the next videos, right? Sir, I don't want to use lambda expression. How many lines of the code I require to write? I want to use lambda expression. How many lines of the code I require to use? Sir, more concise. With very less code only, we can able to meet our requirements, sir. So, to write more readable, maintainable and concise code, very less code, to write more readable, maintainable and clean, concise code to write these lambda expressions is going to help like anything, sir. Next, and after that, there are some more advantages are there. To use APIs very easily and effectively, lambda expressions is going to be very helpful, right? Okay, to use APIs very easily and effectively we can use lambda expressions. Anyway, just after few days, after few videos, once we started using lambda expression and so on, at last I will tell what are various benefits, right? Just keep in your mind only one point. What is the need of lambda expression? Lambda expression to enable functional programming, to write very readable, maintainable and concise code. It's very helpful. Next, to use APIs very effectively. These lambda expressions are going to be helpful, sir. Are you in a position to understand, right? Next, even to enable parallel processing also. Parallel processing also. These lambda expressions play the role, sir. Okay, but what is the meaning of that? Don't worry about, just aware the terminology. Slowly our concepts are going on from first topic to last topic. Everywhere you are going to see lambda expression. The benefit you can able to see, sir. How much length of the code is going to be reduced. How to enable parallel processing. Next, and after that, you know how to enable functional programming in Java. All these things we will discuss in detail, right? So make sure. So brief idea about lambdas. Are you getting right? So lambda calculus is a big change in the mathematical world which came in the 1930s. Sir, because of its benefits, slowly programmers started using lambda lambda expressions or lambda calculus in programming world also. Can you please spell out which is the first programming language which uses lambda expressions? Lisp is the first programming language. Next, almost all other languages also use not only Java, sir. Don't highlight anywhere Java's biggest unique feature is the lambda expressions. No. Very lately, yes, this feature came in Java. Already, almost all other languages already using this feature, right? Next, what are various benefits of lambda expression? To enable functional programming, to write more readable and maintainable and concise code. Next, to use APIs very easily and effectively. Next, to enable parallel processing. Compulsory we should go for what? Lambda expressions at very top level. I'm telling, sir, in detail with examples you people are going to see in my next videos. Clear for all of you, right? What is lambda expression? Of course, history or brief description of lambda expression, right? In the next video I will explain how to write lambda expressions, right? Okay, that's all. Thank you. Sir, in the last video just I discussed about what are various new features came in the Java 1.8 version. What are the some people objectives of introducing Java 1.8 version? Next, a brief history about lambda calculus and is it supported by other languages or not? These things I covered. Now in this video I will explain what is lambda expression, how to write lambda expressions. So first level, what is lambda expression? Just observe that in a single word, you people should require to remember a lambda expression is an anonymous function. Sir, what is the lambda expression? Lambda expression is an anonymous function. Then immediately you may ask, what is anonymous? Very simple, nameless. Sir, the function which is not having any name, such type of nameless function is nothing but anonymous function. Anonymous function is nothing but lambda expression. If any person is asking, can you please tell what is lambda expression? Just to tell only one point. Lambda expression is anonymous function. Okay? Sir, what is lambda expression? It is anonymous function. Are you able to understand, right? Sir, it is not having not having modifiers, not having any modifiers. Next, not having any return type. Just observe that, sir. Not having any return type. So, what is lambda expression? Lambda expression is, it's an anonymous function which is not having any name, which is not having any modifiers and not having any return type. Such type of anonymous function is nothing but lambda expression, right? So, just aware the word, that's all. But how to write, how we can use, that part we will discuss. Can you please write a lambda expression to print hello world? Or can you write a lambda expression which can take two input values as the argument and return the sum? Sir, write a lambda expression which can take string as argument and print its length. Like that, sir, I am giving some requirement. You have to write a lambda expression. So most of the people are a bit panicked. How to write lambda expressions, right? It's a very, very simple, sir. If you know how you can write Java method, automatically you aware how you can write lambda expressions. A simple, all these examples I will discuss. Don't worry about that. Sir, how to write lambda expressions, purely nursery level terminology, how you can write. But first you should aware what is lambda expression. Lambda expression is an anonymous function. That is a function without having any name. Next, for lambda expression, modifier concept not applicable. For lambda expressions, return type concept not applicable. Clear for all of you? Sir, now let me go for a small example so that you can aware clearly, right? Sir, I am taking example. I want to write a lambda expression which print hello. System.out.println hello. I want to print hello to the console. How I can print, sir? How I can write lambda expression? If you want to write lambda expression, if you aware the method, happily you can able to write very easily, sir. To print hello, can you spell out how you can write lambda expression? How you can write a method? Public void m1. Public void m1. System.out.println of hello. Regarding system.out.println of hello. Sir, it's a Java method. It's a Java method that can print hello. I want to convert this Java method into lambda expression very easily, sir. Don't think that much. It's a very easy thing. Sir, for lambda expression, modifier concept is applicable or not? No. Next, return type concept, is it applicable or not? No. Next, is the name, can I give the name for lambda expression? No, it is an anonymous. That's why just remove the method. If you remove all these things, then what is the remaining part? Just observe that the remaining part is here like this. Okay, like next curly brace open, system.out.println of hello, like this, right? Just I want to convert this one as lambda expression. Very simple, sir. Only one extra symbol I require to add. Automatically it will become lambda expression. What is that symbol? Is just arrow symbol. Regarding, if I can add arrow symbol, then automatically it will become what? Lambda expression. Sir, first lambda expression how you can write? Don't think too much, sir. Itself is the first lambda expression. Okay? Make sure you people should aware how you can write. This lambda expression, not having any name, not having any modifiers concept, not having any return time. This is a lambda expression. Okay, won't take any input, just print SOP of hello. It's going to print hello. That's all. Sir, is writing lambda expressions is easy or not? Okay, not easy. Very easy, sir. Nursery level concept. Don't worry that much. If you know how to write Java method, automatically you aware how to write lambda expressions. But how I can call? That is our next level terminology we will discuss. First, how you can write lambda expression. Just try to familiar with that. Now, I want to go for second example, sir. Sir, I am taking example 2. What is my second example is, listen very carefully about this one. I want to provide 2 input values, and my lambda expression has to return the sum of those 2 int values, right? That's about my requirement. I will provide how many int values, right? 2 int values. I have to return the sum, or otherwise I want to print the sum of 2 int values, right? How I can write lambda expression for that? Very simple. First write a Java method. Public void add method. Public void add method. Int a comma int b. Public void add method. Int a comma int b. Now system.out.println a plus b. Are you getting right? So it is a Java method which can take 2 int values as argument and return the sum. Of course, it's printing the sum. Are you able to understand, right? Sir, can you tell how I can write equivalent lambda expression? Very simple, sir. Remove modifier, remove the return type, and remove the method name. Regarding the remaining itself is the lambda expression. Only one extra symbol you require to add. What is that symbol, son? Arrow symbol we require to add. Can you please spell out how you can write? Just a bracket open. Int a comma int b. Int a comma int b. Sir, gives arrow symbol. Sir, here curly brace open, system.out.println a plus a b. That's all, sir. I hope everyone in a position to understand what is lambda expression, how you can write lambda expression. So simple. If you aware how to write Java method, then you can aware how you can write lambda expression, sir. Very simple. This is the lambda expression to print hello. This is the lambda expression to print sum of given two int values, right? Everyone can able to understand, right? Okay. So just observe. What are various other characteristics are there? What are various other properties? We are not required very first familiar. How I can convert my known method into lambda expression? That's about our target. Sir, one more example I want to talk. I will provide one int value. I will provide one string value, right? Can you please write lambda expression? Can you write lambda expression that return, okay, sum? Are you getting that return the length of that string? I will provide one string, return the length of that string. First, how I can write a method? Are you getting? Sir, I want to write a method, sir. Public int, okay, sir, length method, or otherwise public int get length method, get length of string yes I'm taking. Can you please tell, sir? I want to return length of this string. What is the way, sir? Okay, return yes dot length. Everyone can aware, sir, it's a normal Java code. If I provide one string value, now this method is going to return one length of that string. How many characters are there present in that string itself is going to provide. Now my point here is I want to convert this lambda expression, of course, this method into lambda expression. If you want to write a lambda expression, sir, what I have to do? Can you spell out? Yes, remove modifier, remove return type, and remove method and name. If I remove all these things, can you spell out what is the remaining part, sir? Just string yes, okay. Now arrow symbol, because it's the symbol of lambda expression, sir. Next curly brace open, return yes dot length, that's all. This is the way how to convert a Java method into lambda expression, right? I hope everyone can able to understand, right? Sir, if I write a method, I know if I write a method, sir, then automatically you can aware how to write lambda expression also. Simple, remove method name, remove modifiers, remove return type, just the remaining, just add one arrow symbol, automatically it will become lambda expression. Is it clear for all of it? At very top level, whether these are optimal lambda expressions or not, that part I am going to take care. First, at very base level, what is lambda expression, how you can write lambda expression, and then how to write optimal lambda expression, what are various properties are there, that part I will take care. Clear for all of it? Sir, up to this, just only one point I covered. What is lambda expression? If any person is going to ask, can you explain what is the lambda expression? What answer you can able to tell, sir? It is an anonymous function. That is a function without having any name, without having any modifiers, without having any return type. Such a type of anonymous function is by default considered a lambda expression. Then immediately ask, sir, why lambda expression not having return type? Why lambda expression not having modifiers information? Why it is not having the name? That part we are going to take care. Don't worry about that. What is the internal reasons for that? First, once you got the basic idea, then I will take care maybe in the next videos that part. Don't worry about that. Is it clear for all of you, right? Sir, what is lambda expression? Next, how to write top level lambda expressions, right? Okay, that's all. Write a Java method, remove the return type, remove the modifier, next remove the method name, just whatever the remaining is there. In the middle, just use one arrow symbol, automatically it will become lambda expression. Is it clear for all of it? Okay, that's all. Sir, in the last video, at very top level, how you can write lambda expression for the given method. Are you in a position to understand, right? Sir, in this, I want to explain some more rules about this lambda expression, because I want to simplify the lambda expression whatever we wrote in the last video. Very simple, sir. I took one method. Okay, in the first example, I took one method which is printing hello to the console. How I write a method, sir? Public void m1, next system.out.println of hello. System.out.println of hello. Can you please tell how to convert this one into lambda expression form? You know already. Remove name, I mean access modifier, return type and method name. Are you getting? Now after removing, can you spell out what will happen in this case, sir? Just this is the part. Okay. Special symbol I require to add. The remaining part system.out.println of hello. Just now I explained this part. Sir, here lambda expression, this is the body. This is the body of the lambda expression, right? Here the important point you have to aware, remember this one. In the lambda expression body, how many statements are there? How many are there? Only one statement. In the lambda expression body, if only one statement is there, then curly braces are optional. Remember this one. If the body contain multiple statements, then we require to take curly braces. If the body of lambda expression contain only one statement, then curly braces are optional. Can you please write, of course, equivalent lambda expression, sir. I'm writing once again simplified lambda expression. Bracket open, bracket close. Now, can I remove these curly braces or not? Yes. Why I am removing curly braces, sir? Because this lambda expression body contain only one statement. That's why here system.out.println of hello. That's all. Okay, sir, this lambda expression simplified to next level like this. Clear for all of it, okay? Sir, in the last video, you know how to write this one. Now, I want to perform some optimization. Are you getting that? More simplified lambda expression I want to write, sir. Next one, sir, just a legend. We covered example 2. What is the second example I covered? I wrote a method which can take 2 int values as argument, and the return, of course, and print the sum. Correct or that? It is going to take 2 int values, add method. It is going to print the sum. First, can you please tell how I can write that method? Public void add method I took. Public void add method. What are the arguments, right? Int A, comma, int B. Int A, comma, int B. Now, system.out.println A plus B. Like this I took, sir. System.out.println A plus B, like I took. Now the point is, let me convert into lambda expression style. You know, sir, if it is the lambda expression, this one is not applicable modifier. Return type, I can remove name also. Can you please tell how we can write, sir? What is the remaining part? What is the remaining part? Int A, comma, int B. Okay. Next, syntax, of course, arrow symbol. Next, after that, body, system.out.println A plus B, like this. This is first level, sir. Here also you may ask, sir, here have you observed how many statements are there in the body? How many statements are there in the body? Only one statement. If only one statement is there, can I remove the curly braces or not? Yes, sir. Okay. Now, I can remove these curly braces according to the first one. Sir, further simplified. Are you getting? How many? Only one statement is there. That's why I can remove. Next, very, very important point. Keep this point in your mind. A and B are what type? 2 int values. 2 int values, right? Just I want to take these two int values and I want to print some of these two int values. That is about my requirement. A and B are what types are? Int type. Int type. Sometimes based on context, compiler can guess, okay, the types automatically. Remember this one, sir, based on the situation, based on the context, compiler can guess the types automatically. If the compiler can guess automatically, do you know this property is called type inference. Are you getting that? Maybe in the next videos, how the compiler can able to guess, that part I will discuss. Don't worry about that. If the based on the context, sometimes compiler can able to guess the types automatically. If the compiler can guess automatically the types based on the context, you can remove these types also. Remember this one. Are you getting right? So if I remove the types, do you know right what is the equivalent lambda expression, sir? Just observe this one. Can you spell out? Just A comma B. Okay. Now system.out.println A plus B. Are you getting A comma B? System.out.println A plus B. Just observe. This is the method, sir. In the method, how much code I wrote? A big code I wrote. But whenever I am converting into lambda expression, how much code is there? Just only one line. Are you getting? So unnecessary things we are not required to write in the lambda expression, so that more concise, readable code by default we can able to write by using lambda expressions. In the last videos I told what is the biggest advantage of lambda expression. We can write more concise code. Readability is by default is going to be improved, because we are not required to write each and everything, sir. Only required things only we require to write. Everyone can able to understand. This is what you people should very clearly write. Next, let me go for, of course, in the first example, we covered if lambda expression body contain only one statement, then curly braces are optional. Okay. In the second one, we covered if the compiler can aware the types, compiler can guess the types automatically based on context. But how the compiler can guess, that part in the next examples we will discuss, sir. If the compiler can guess the types automatically based on the context, then we can remove the types also. After removing the types, obviously how this lambda expression looks like, observe that. Everyone can able to understand, right? Okay. Next, I'm ready to go for third example. There some more new things you people are going to get, sir. What is that third example? Can you spell out? What is our third example we covered, sir? The third example, if I provide string value, I have to get its length. That's about my requirement, right? How I can do that? Okay, write a method public int get length, public int get length of string s. This is the method, sir. Public int get length of string s. What I have to return s dot length. This is about my requirement, sir. Public int get length, return s dot length. I require to take like this. Make sure, sir. Can you please tell how to convert this lambda expression into, how to convert this method into lambda expression? I covered already. Sir, can I remove modifier? Yes. Can I remove return type? Yes. Can I remove method name? Yes, obviously. Then what is the remaining, sir? Now observe string s gives, okay, here curly brace open, return s dot length, okay. Sir, is it possible for further simplification? Yeah, you should be in a position to tell, sir. Is it possible or not? Yes, because body itself contain how many lines? Only one line. If only one line, curly braces are mandatory or optional? Curly braces are optional. We are not required to take. I can remove curly braces. Point number 1. Based on the context, if the compiler can guess the type automatically by type inference, then I can remove type also. Is it clear, right? Okay. Now, can you please tell how your lambda expression looks like? Sir, very simple. S gives return, what is this one, sir? Return S dot length. Return S dot length. Sir, further simplification, take special care. Anyway, this method return something. Based on situation, compiler can able to guess. If just I'm writing something, it's going to be return line. We are not required to write return keyword explicitly, sir. Are you getting? We are not required to write return keyword explicitly. Can you please tell how the lambda expression looks like? S gives S dot length. That's all. Sir, take a bit very special care. If the body contain only one statement, I can return curly braces. If the compiler guess the type based on the context, I can remove the type also. If you are return something, compiler can able to guess automatically. Return, we are not required to use. Up to this is the clear, right? Still, some more simplification I want to do, sir. What I want to do is, my lambda expression can take how many input values? How many input values? Only one input value. If it is taking only one input value, only one parameter is there, then these parentheses are also optional. We are not required to take, sir. Now, this lambda expression looks like the most simplified form of lambda expression. Of course, in this is S gives S dot length. Are you getting right? S gives S dot length. That's all. Sir, if you want to return the length of the string, can you please write in Java method? How much code I require to write, sir? But if I convert the same thing into lambda expression, what is the equivalent lambda expression? Just S gives S dot length. Sir, the length of the code, how much is simplified? Are you able to understand, right? Sir, that's all. These are various rules are there to simplify lambda expressions, right? Sir, up to this is very clear for all of you, right? So, what is lambda expression? How you can write lambda expression? Can you please tell lambda expression writing is very easy or not? Yes, obviously, nursery standard concepts are. If you know how to write a Java method, automatically you aware how you can write lambda expressions also. Okay, clear, right? Next, my lambda expression should not have any method, should not have any return type, should not have any modifier, should not have any name. Clear, right? Next, if the lambda expression body contain only one statement, curly braces are optional. If body contain multiple statement, compulsory we have to take curly braces, right? Next, second, if the compiler guess the types automatically based on the context, I can able to remove these types, right? Okay. Now, after removing the types, now how the lambda expression looks like? Now, observe. What is the next one, sir? If the lambda expression returns something, compiler can able to guess automatically. We are not required to write return. First point. If only one parameter is there, if the lambda expression can take only one input value, then parenthesis also optional. Then simple S gives S dot length. Sir, by seeing last example, have you observed, right? If it is a normal Java method, how much code I require to write? How much code I require to write? If it is a lambda expression, how much code I require to write? Observe that. So, the biggest advantage of lambda expression is we can resolve complexity. We can write very concise code. Automatically, do you know, readability of the code by default is going to be improved. But only problem is you have to habituate this new type of coding. Clear for all of you, right? Okay? That's all. Now, in the next I will talk about what are various characteristics or properties of lambda expressions. Okay? So now, in the last video, just we covered how to write lambda expressions. Next, how we can simplify those expressions we know. Let me summarize all properties or all characteristics of lambda expressions, right? Okay. Now, a lambda expression can take any number of parameters. Sometimes you may pass one parameter, zero number, or two parameter, three parameter, just like a method. It can take any number of parameters, right? Have you observed? Sir, first lambda expression won't take any parameter. Are you getting? Second lambda expression take two parameters. Have you observed? Take two parameters, right? Third one I covered already. S gives S dot length. Have you observed? It can take. So our lambda expression can take any number of parameters, no problem. If multiple parameters are there, then we require to use what? Separated by comma. Okay, one thing. If only one parameter is there, then I can remove these parentheses also. You know that. Next and after that, sir, based on context, if the compiler can able to guess, the type. Suppose I wrote int a comma int b. Okay, system.out.println a plus b. Are you getting? Based on the context, if the compiler can able to guess the types, then we can remove these types also. Then automatically just simply you can specify AB gives SOP of A plus B. Are you getting? Next and after that, sir, this body may contain, sir, lambda expression body may contain multiple lines also. Okay, any number of lines, right? If the body contain multiple statements, compulsory we should enclose all those statements within curly braces. Are you getting? If the body contain only one statement, then automatically curly braces are optional. Everyone can able to understand, right? These properties already I used in the last examples, right? Let me summarize for your information, right? Just have a look. Now I will summarize all characteristics or properties of lambda expression. Okay, now a lambda expression can take any number of parameters. Have you observed, right? First, zero number of parameters, one parameter or two parameters. Any number of parameters lambda expression can take. Next, if multiple parameters present, then these parameters should be separated with the comma. Have you observed, right? A comma B like this. If only one parameter available, then these parentheses are optional. Have you observed, right? Here only one parameter, but I took parentheses. If you want, you can remove, no problem at all, sir. Okay. Next, usually we can specify the type of parameter. Sir, int a comma int b, something like. If the compiler gets the types automatically based on the context, you can able to remove the types. But how the compiler can able to guess what is the type inference, that property I will explain in the next sessions. Don't worry about that. If a compiler can guess the type, can expect the type based on the context, then we can remove type, which is called type inference. Are you getting? Here int a comma int b gives SOP of a plus b. Assume compiler can able to guess the type. Okay, then simply a comma b. We are not specifying the type, right? Are you in a position to understand, right? Okay. Next, similar to method body, lambda expression body can contain any number of statements. Are you able to understand? Any number of statements it can take. If multiple statements are there, then we should enclose within curly braces. Have you observed, right? Statement 1, 2, 3 within the curly braces we require to place. Next, if a body contains only one statement, then curly braces are optional. I'm not taking any curly braces. Have you observed, right? Just simply SOP of hello. That's what you people should aware clearly, right, sir? These are various properties are related to lambda expression. You people should aware. Next, if lambda expression return something, we are not required to use a return keyword, right? Have you remembered, right? Just I will add sixth property also. If lambda expression return something, return something, then we can remove return keyword. We can remove return keyword, no problem at all. In the last examples already I explained, sir. It is not new thing. Sir, yes gives, I have to return length of the string. If I can provide string, I have to return length. My lambda expression can return length of the string. Sir, return s dot length. Return is not required to specify. Simply directly s dot length. Compiler can able to guess what it's going to do. Everyone can able to understand, right? Sir, these are various properties which are satisfied by lambda expressions. Or while writing lambda expression, these points you have to keep in your mind. Clear, right? Okay, that's it. So now, in the last videos I told how we can write lambda expression. Next, what are various properties of lambda expression to write more simplified lambda expressions. Up to that we covered. So after writing lambda expression, we have to call that lambda expression based on our requirement. Just like a method, lambda expression is a method. Just like a method, if I am writing a method, we can call that method based on our requirement. Same way, once I wrote lambda expression, I have to call that lambda expression based on our requirement. To call that lambda expression, compulsory, some concept must be required. What is that concept? Is functional interface. Are you getting? So, what is the purpose of functional interface? What is the concept name, sir? Can you spell out? Functional interface. Are you getting? Once we write lambda expression, to invoke that lambda expression, we required functional interface. Sir, very important question for the interview room. Can you explain what is functional interface? Regarding what is the functional interface? All properties of functional interface we have to discuss. And once we are getting clarity about functional interface, then I will talk how we can invoke lambda expression by using functional interface. First, better to get some idea about all properties of functional interface first. Sir, what is functional interface? The name itself indicates, have you observed, right? It's an interface. Of course, which is functional interface, right? In the last, in your core Java session, somewhere you may heard about, sir, I know marker interface, I know normal interface, but I never heard functional interface. Sir, very clear. Sir, here for your information, functional interface, the word is the new, but concept is old concept only. Are you getting? In your core Java classes, somewhere you may heard runnable interface, callable interface. Are you getting? Callable interface, runnable interface, action listener itself is one interface, right? Sir, these are functional interfaces only. Then immediately you may ask, sir, here runnable. What is this one, sir? Runnable. Okay, I can use the word callable. Callable itself is. Next, action listener. Are you getting what is this concept? Action listener. Sir, all these are we use already in our regular coding. These are functional interfaces only. Sir, can you spell out what is the functional interface first? Very simple, sir. If the interface contain only one abstract method. Sir, interface should contain how many abstract methods, right? Only one single abstract method. If the interface contain only one abstract method, that interface is called functional interface, right? Are you getting? Sir, why I'm using the word these are functional interfaces? Very simple. Runnable. Have you observed? Contains only run method. Are you getting? Runnable contain how many methods, right? Only one method. That method is one run method. Next, callable contains how many methods, right? Contains only one method. Only one method. What is that method? Call method. In the multi-threading concept, maybe in our core Java classes I used. What is the difference between runnable and callable? Very important concept, right? Contains only one method, callable. Next, action listener. Okay, where we can use action listener? GUI concepts are AWT, Sphinx, somewhere we may have. Action listener, this interface contains this interface contains only one method. What is that method? Is action performed method. It contains only one method. What is that method, sir? Action performed method, right? Sir, runnable, callable, action listener. Regarding action listener, what is the next concept we require to talk? Have you remember? Comparable. In the collection set we can use comparable, comparator, right? Comparable. It's also functional interface because it contains only one method. What is that method? Is compare to method. It contains only one method, sir. What is that method? Compare to method, right? Now terminology is very clear. Can you spell out what is functional interface? An interface which contains single abstract method. Regarding which contains one? Single abstract method. Can you please observe the word? Single abstract method. Single abstract method. It is also known as SAM. Regarding single abstract method, SAM. Sir, interface which contain exactly one abstract method. Such type of interface is called functional interface, right? Sir, what is the purpose of functional interface? We can use functional interface to invoke lambda expressions. Can you give an example for functional interface? Very simple, sir. Runnable. It contains how many methods? Only one method. What is that method? Run method, right? Next, callable. It contains how many methods? Only one method. Call. Action listener. It contains only one method. Action performed. Comparable, it contains only one method, compare to. Everyone can able to understand, right? Sir, what is functional interface? Can you give an example for functional interface? Now take a bit very special case, sir. Inside functional interface, how many methods we can take? We are allowed to take how many methods? Only one abstract method, right? Sir, except how many abstract methods we can take? Only one. But in the agenda I specified, have you remembered, right? Inside interface, from 1.8 version onwards, we can take default methods, we can take static methods like, sir, in the functional interface, can I take default method? Can I take static method? Like, of course, what is the default, what is static? I will explain. Don't worry much about that. But make sure, sir, rule is, restriction is applicable only for abstract method. How many abstract methods we can take? Only one. Can I take default methods or not? Any number of default methods. Can I take static method or not? Any number of static methods, no problem at all. Restriction is applicable only for abstract methods, right? Are you in a position to understand? Just have a look once, sir. I'm taking a small example for this. Here just observe, I'm taking one interface, interface. Here I have one method is there, public void m1 method is there. Sir, is it abstract method or not? Every method present inside interface by default is always a public and abstract, you know, right? Sir, anyway, it's a default nature. Now I'm taking default void m2 method. Default void m2. Sir, what is the purpose of default method and so on? This concept I will discuss, sir. But this facility came from 1.8 version onwards. Default method I'm taking. Next, even I'm taking public static void m3 method also I'm taking. Have you observed, right? Sir, all these things I'm taking inside interface only. Can you please spell out? Is it functional interface or not? Yes, sir. Yes. Because the reason is, it contains how many abstract methods? Only one abstract method. Sir, if you want, you can take any number of default methods, any number of static methods, no problem at all. Functional interface should contain only one abstract method. Restrictions are always applicable only for abstract method. Default methods, next and after that static methods, you can take any number. But what is the purpose of default, what is the purpose of static? I will explain. Can you please spell out? With this knowledge, is it a functional interface or not? Yes, I have interface, interf. Sir, I am taking interface, interf. I have public void m2 method, m1 public void m1 method. I have first method. Similarly, I have public void m2 method. Can you please tell, is it a functional interface or not? No, because the reason is, how many abstract methods are available, sir? 2 abstract methods. It is a normal interface but not a functional interface, right? Because more than one abstract method is there. Is it clear, right? Sir, now the terminology is very, very clear for you people. What is functional interface? An interface which contains single abstract method. Such type of interfaces are called, okay, functional interfaces. Can you give an example for the functional interface, right? Runnable, callable, comparable, action listener, all these things are, okay, functional interfaces, because these interfaces contain how many abstract methods, right? Only one. Sir, inside functional interface, is it possible to take default methods? Is it possible to take static methods or not? We can take default and static methods. How many number? Any number, no problem at all. Restriction is applicable only for one abstract method. Compulsory functional interface should contain exactly one abstract method. Clear for all of it? Okay, that's all. Sir, you may ask, what is the need of functional interface? Keep only one point in your mind. We can use functional interface to invoke, to call lambda expressions. How you can call that part I will explain. So up to this, what is the functional interface? Next, what can you give an example for the functional interface? It's very clear for you people, right? Okay, that's all. Sir, in the last session, last video, just we had a talk about functional interface. Are you getting what is the functional interface? Can you give an example for that? Like we covered already in the last videos, right? What is the functional interface, sir? An interface which contain single abstract method, only one abstract method. Such type of interfaces are called what? Functional interfaces. Clear for all of you, right? Okay. Sir, now I want to, of course, sir, can I take default methods or not? Can I take static methods or not? Yes, no problem. You can take any number of default methods, any number of static methods, but number of abstract methods should be only one. Is it clear, right? Sir, I'm not taking any abstract method, or if you are taking multiple abstract methods, then it won't be functional interface. It is a normal interface only. Clear for all of you, right? Okay. Sir, now to indicate that this interface is the functional interface, to indicate that this is the functional interface, sir, Java people introduced one special annotation in Java 1.8 version. Are you getting right? Sir, I want to specify explicitly, this is the functional interface, right? Okay. What that annotation is at the rate functional interface. Are you able to understand it? What is that annotation, sir? At the rate functional interface. Just observe that. If I use this annotation, then I'm conveying to the compiler saying, compiler, my intention is this is the functional interface. Sir, I want to declare this one as the functional interface. By mistake, if I'm doing any mistake, can you please give left and right? Are you getting? Like that, to indicate that we are using at the rate functional interface. Sir, one point you people should aware, whether you are using this annotation or not, sir, if the interface contain a single abstract method, it's always functional interface only. But what is the advantage of using this at the rate functional interface annotation, right? By mistake, if I'm doing any mistake, compiler, please raise error, because my intention is this interface should be functional interface. Are you able to understand, right? Sir, there may be a chance to ask in the interview room, what is the purpose of at the rate functional interface annotation, right? Sir, to indicate that interface explicitly as functional interface. Who is going to use this information? Compiler is going to use at the time of compilation. Sir, whether you are declaring a single abstract method or not, compiler is going to check. If you are doing any mistake, immediately compile method are going to get, sir. That is the purpose of at the rate functional interface annotation. Everyone can ever write. Sir, now let me go for a small example how we can use. Sir, I'm taking example 1. Just to take a bit very special case, sir. Example 1 I want to take. Sir, what is mine? Here I am taking one interface. Sir, interface. Interface I am taking, sir. Okay. I want to declare explicitly as functional interface, right? What I am taking here at the top, I declare it is functional. It is one functional interface. I declare explicitly it is the functional interface, right? Now interface within that just I am taking public void m1. Are you getting what I declared, sir? Public void m1, a single abstract method. Sir, can I take default method? No problem. Can I take static method? No problem. Happily you are allowed to take any number of default methods, any number of static method, but restriction is applicable only for abstract method. If it ends with a semicolon, implicitly it's always what? Abstract only. Every method present inside interface is always what? Public abstract up to 1.7 version. Of course, default static methods explicitly we can take. Sir, now let me add one default method also. Default void m2. Is it valid or not? Yes. Sir, let me add one static method also. Public static void m3 method. Like this I'm taking, sir. Sir, now I will ask compiler, can you please compile this code? Compiler, can you please compile this code? Like immediately compiler is going to check, oh, it is the functional interface. Sir, he used explicitly functional interface annotation. Compulsory I have to evaluate, like compiler will check how many abstract methods are there. Only one abstract method. That's why perfectly itself is valid. Everyone can able to understand, right? So for you are indicating to the compiler, my intention is this should be functional interface. Sir, if any person, sir, trying to add any new abstract methods or otherwise, like can you please object or can you please restrict, like so for that purpose we can use functional interface, right? Sir, exactly where we have this type of requirement. Once I introduced lambda expressions with the functional interface, there I will explain about that. Don't worry about this one, right? So first, anyway, to indicate that an interface explicitly as functional interface, we can use what? Functional interface annotation. Sir, functional interface contain how many abstract methods, right? Only one abstract method. But I can take any number of default methods, any number of static methods, no problem at all. Up to this is the clear for all of it, okay? Sir, what is the next one I have to explain, sir? Let me go for a small variation also. Here I'm taking one more interface. Sir, interface interf one. Sir, now public void m1, next public void m2, like this I'm taking. Sir, it's a normal interface. It's a normal interface, right? But sir, I'm declaring explicitly as functional interface. Are you getting? I'm declaring explicitly as functional interface annotation, right? Can you please tell, is it valid or not? Sir, if I can take like this, compiler will give left and right, because you declared that it is the functional interface. If it is the functional interface, compulsory it should contain how many abstract methods, right? Only one abstract method. Why you are taking two abstract methods? Like immediately compiler is going to object if you compile this code, sir. If you compile this code, compile time error you are going to get. Sir, what that compile time error is? Unexpected. What is this one, sir? Unexpected. Functional interface annotation. Unexpected functional interface annotation. Okay, annotation. Next, multiple non-overriding abstract methods. Multiple non-overriding abstract methods present in interface interf1. Present in interface interf1. Everyone can able to understand, right? Clearly, compiler is telling, sir. Clearly compiler is telling at the rate, sir, here you are taking more than one abstract method, how it will become functional interface? Unexpected at the rate functional interface annotation, multiple non-overriding abstract methods present in interface interrupt 1. Yes, multiple non-overriding abstract methods. Sir, multiple abstract methods are there. That's why we can't, I can't compile this one like comparative method we are going to get. So this one itself is nothing but what? Comparative method, right? But this one is perfectly valid. Is it clear for all of you, right? Sir, let me go for another example so that you will get much clearly, right? Sir, I'm taking one more interface. Sir, my interface is interface interrupt 2, sir. Interface interrupt 2. Here, I'm not taking anything, sir. Of course, I'm not declaring any abstract method. Assume that. But I declare this one as at the rate functional interface. At the rate functional interface. Like this I'm taking, sir. Can you please tell, is it a valid or invalid? Can you please cross check, sir? Sir, I declared explicitly this one is the functional interface. Is it valid or invalid? Immediately, comparative method we are going to get. Because, sir, if the interface declared as functional interface, compulsory it should contain how many abstract methods, right? One abstract method, compulsory, single abstract method. SAM interfaces are called functional interfaces, right? Sir, compulsory it should contain one abstract method. But no abstract method is available. Then how would it the functional interface like? Immediately, comparative method we are going to get, sir. What is that error? Is unexpected at the rate functional interface annotation. Unexpected at the rate functional interface annotation. Okay? No abstract method found. No abstract method found in interface interrupt 1. Are you getting? No abstract method found in interface interrupt 2. That's why this one is also invalid. The code won't compile. Everyone can able to understand, right? Sir, make sure at the rate functional interface annotation can be used to indicate that this interface is the functional interface. Sir, we are conveying to the compiler. Compiler, my intention is I am declaring this one as functional interface, right? Sir, by mistake, if I am doing any mistake, sir, if I am doing any wrong thing, or otherwise if any other person trying to add some more abstract method, can you please object to that? Because it should be functional interface. For that purpose, we can go for at the rate functional interface annotation. Everyone can able to understand, right? Sir, here first one, how many abstract methods are there? In the first example, how many abstract methods are there? Single abstract method. Whether we have any number of default and static methods, we are not required to worry. This interface contain only one abstract method. That's why itself is the value. But this interface contain two abstract methods. That's why immediately comparative method we are going to get unexpected at the rate functional interface annotation, multiple non-overriding abstract methods present in interface interrupt 1. Clear for all of you? Sir, here multiple non-overriding abstract methods present are found in interface interrupt 1. This is the problem. If I can consider at the rate, sir, here this interface I declared explicitly as functional interface, but I didn't take SAM, but I didn't take single abstract method. That's why it is violation once again. Immediately comparative method we are going to get unexpected at the rate functional interface annotation, no abstract method found in interface interrupt 2. Is it clear for all of you? What is the purpose of at the rate functional interface annotation? How you can use? Clear, right? Okay. So now just what I will do, whatever the things I explain, just let me execute and let me show those comparative methods, right? Okay. Just have, sir, here I took one functional interface annotation. Have you observed, right? I used one at the rate functional interface annotation, because the reason for that is it contains only one abstract method, right? That's why let me compile this code, sir. But make sure before compiling this one, you have to ensure that you are using 1.8 version of Java, sir. By mistake, if you are using 1.7 or 1.6 version, then sir, compiler unable to recognize this one. Remember that, because this concept came in which version, sir? 1.8 version. That's why compulsory you required to use at the rate 1.8 version of Java. Let me cross check in my system what is there. Java C, okay, hyphen version. Which compiler I am using, sir? 1.8 version, right? Sir, let me cross check which version of JVM I am using. Sir, Java, like 1.8 version. That's why I happily required M2. Is it valid or invalid? Invalid. Because if I declare an interface explicitly as functional interface, it should contain only one abstract method only. By mistake, if I am trying to use second abstract method, immediately compile method we are going to get, sir. Have you observed, right? Let me compile this code. Here, if I can take, sir, the mistake I hope you people can able to cross check. The mistake is you are taking how many abstract methods, right? 2 abstract methods. So that's why, sir, itself is invalid because it is not property of functional interface. Now let me compile this code, sir. Java C interrupt1.java, because I saved this one as interrupt1. Java C interrupt1.java. Have you observed? Unexpected functional interface annotation. Have you observed, right? Unexpected functional interface annotation. Yeah, unexpected functional interface annotation. Like you can consider that. Okay, multiple non-overriding abstract methods found in interface interrupt1. Is it clear, right, sir? Multiple non-overriding abstract methods found. That's why, sir, this one itself is invalid. Clear for all of you, right? Sir, now, sir, let me go for now. Sir, why this one is invalid, sir? Because you are taking multiple abstract method. Because functional interface should contain exactly one abstract method only. Clear, right? Sir, now let me go for third one. Okay, get the rate functional interface interrupt2. Can you please tell, is it valid or invalid? Invalid. What is the reason? Functional interface should contain only one abstract method, but here you are not taking that one abstract method. Sir, 0 number of abstract methods is not allowed in the functional interface, sir, because it is explicitly declared as functional interface, right? Now let me compile this code, sir. Java C, sir, interrupt2. Java C interrupt2.java. If I can take same comparative method by default, we are going to get, sir. Just observe that carefully, sir. Same comparative method we are getting. Unexpected functional interface annotation. Okay, sir, what is the reason for that? Can you please read this one? No abstract method found in interface interrupt2. That's why the problem is coming, right? I hope everyone can able to understand, right? Okay, that's all. So this is what you people should require to remember, right? So what is the functional interface annotation? How you can use it, sir? So functional interface annotation can be used to indicate that this interface explicitly as functional interface. Who is going to use this annotation? Compiler will use at the time of compilation to validate whether your interface is the functional interface or not. By mistake, if you are doing any mistake, compiler will give left and right. Is it clear for all of you, right? So this is what you people should aware about at the rate functional interface annotation. Clear, right? So now in the last video, just I covered how to use at the rate functional interface annotation. Have you observed, right? So now in this I will explain with respect to inheritance. If the parent interface is the functional interface, child interface is the functional interface or not. Something like with respect to inheritance, let me talk about that. Sir, here case, of course, our topic functional interface with respect to inheritance. With respect to the inheritance, how the functional interface annotation will work. Just observe that. Case 1. Just I am taking parent interface, right? Sir, interface P, public void M1. Of course, it contains only one abstract method. Even I declare at the rate functional interface itself is the valid. Now, child interface C extends P. I declare child interface also as the functional interface only, but I didn't take any abstract method in the child interface, right? Then obviously, how many abstract methods are there in the C? We didn't declare explicitly, but only one abstract method from the parent. Are you getting? That's why child interface is also functional interface only. Perfectly itself is the value. Because what is the rule for that functional interface, right? Interface should contain, are you getting? Only one abstract method. Sir, parent contain only one abstract method. Child also contain only one abstract method, of course, which is coming from the parent only. Sir, if the parent interface, functional interface, if the child interface doesn't contain any new abstract method, then automatically child interface is also functional interface only. Everyone can able to understand it? Sir, just observe the conclusion. If an interface extends functional interface and the child interface doesn't contain any abstract method, then child interface is also functional interface only. Is it clear, right? Okay, sir, that's all. This is about the very important point what you people should be aware. If the parent interface is the functional, but the child interface doesn't contain any new abstract method, perfectly itself is the functional interface only. If I can compile, sir, it's going to compile. Now let me go for case 2. Sir, everything is the same, but in the child interface I declare public void m1. Whatever parent interface contain, same abstract method I declared in the child interface also. Have you observed? Can you please tell child interface contain how many abstract methods, right? Because it's always the same signature only. Okay, so that's why it is overriding something like that. So child interface also contain only one abstract method. Sir, in the child interface we can define exactly same parent interface abstract method, then child is also still functional interface only. If I can take like this, perfectly itself is the value. There is no doubt at all, right? Are you in a position to understand, right? Okay, sir, if the parent interface is the functional interface and the same parent interface method I define in the child interface, obviously still it is the functional interface only. Case 2, sir. Now let me go for case 3. Very simple. Parent, of course I did the same, but in the child interface I took public void m2 method. Regarding child interface I took one public void m2 method. Can you please tell, in the child interface how many abstract methods are there? 2, sir. One is coming from the parent, and in the child new abstract method, okay, we declare the child interface is not functional interface. By mistake, if I declare child as functional interface annotation by using that, immediately compatible error you are going to get. You know what that compatible errors are? Unexpected at the rate functional interface annotation, unexpected at the rate functional interface annotation, multiple non-overriding abstract methods, multiple non-overriding abstract method found in multiple non-overriding abstract methods found in interface C. In interface C. Sir, in the child interface, how many abstract methods are there? 2, sir. One is coming from the parent and the child interface is the same. That's why total how many methods are there? 2. That's why itself is invalid compatible error we will get. Can you please read once? In the child interface, if we can't define any new abstract method, otherwise we will get compatible error, right? Are you in a position to understand clearly, right? So these are the 3 points you people should be aware. Case 1, case 2, case 3. Sir, child doesn't contain any new method, any new abstract method, valid, sir. In the child, if you want to take, sir, exactly same parent interface abstract method you can take, acceptable, sir. Next, in the child interface, okay, if you are taking any new abstract method, then the child interface won't be functional interface. By mistake, if I'm using @functional interface annotation, then we will get what? Compile time error. Up to this is the clear, right? Okay, just a small twist is there. Of course, I will execute and I will show, but before that a small thing is there. Can you please observe very carefully, sir? Is it valid or not? Can you please cross check? Functional interface, interface P, public void M1. Now I'm taking interface C extends P, public void M2. Is it valid or invalid? Sir, make sure this one is perfectly valid, because child interface contain how many abstract method? Two abstract method. One is coming from the parent and the child specific M2 method is also there. Child interface contain how many abstract method? Two. But still itself is valid because I didn't declare child interface as a functional interface. Are you getting? If I declare child interface as a functional interface, like third case, immediately invalid. But I didn't declare child interface as functional interface. So child interface is the normal interface. That's why happily the code by default is going to be compiled right. Are you in a position to understand, right? Sir, with respect to inheritance, how functional interface annotation is going to work? Sir, very simple, just a normal core Java rule only, sir. Normal inheritance or overriding rule only. Beyond that, there is nothing. Sir, child doesn't contain any new abstract method. Yes, automatically child is the functional interface, right? Sir, child contain exactly same parent interface abstract method. Yes, valid. Child contain new abstract method, then automatically it is invalid, sir. Okay, because functional interface should contain exactly one abstract method. Multiple abstract methods are there, invalid compatible method you are going to get. But here, even though child interface contain multiple abstract method, but still itself is valid. What is the reason for that? I didn't declare child interface as functional interface. Is it clear for all of you, right? Now, just I will execute anyway all these cases, right? So now whatever the cases with respect to inheritance I covered, just I will execute, just have a look once, sir. Here just observe our first case, sir. Sir, I declare parent interface as functional interface and parent interface contain only one method M1. Sir, even I declare child interface also as the functional interface, but child interface doesn't contain any abstract method, any abstract method, right? Now let me compile this one. I saved this program as c.java, java c.java. Is it valid or not? Yes, perfectly valid. Okay, don't keep any doubt at all. So case 1, if the parent interface is the functional, child interface doesn't contain any new abstract method, then the child interface is always functional interface only. Point number 1. Next, in the child interface, the same parent interface abstract method only I'm taking, sir. Case 2, sir. In the child interface, I'm declaring same parent class abstract method only. Sir, whatever method we have you observed, right? Same method only I'm taking, sir. Have you observed? This method and this method both are same. If you observe that, there is no difference at all. Both are same. If in the child interface, if I'm declaring same parent class abstract method only, then happily the code is going to compile. There is no problem at all. Okay? That's all, sir. Because child is also functional interface only. By mistake, in the child interface, I'm taking a new method, sir. Case 3. By mistake, I'm taking new abstract method, sir. Case 3. Now observe, sir, is it valid or invalid? Invalid, because child interface contain two abstract methods, but still you declare child interface as functional interface, right? That's why. Let me compile immediately. Have you observed, right? Unexpected functional interface annotation, multiple non-overriding abstract methods found in interface C. Have you observed the problem, right? Sir, that's all. Multiple non-overriding abstract methods found in interface C. That is the problem we are going to get. Sir, even I explain case 4. Have you observed? just I didn't declare child interface as a functional interface. Is it valid or not? Yes, perfectly itself is valid, sir. Okay, because child interface is just normal interface. A normal interface can contain any number of abstract method. Observe same example only. Yes, perfectly the code is valid, sir. Okay, make sure you people should aware with respect to inheritance how the behavior of functional interface annotation. But here one small point you people should aware. Sir, all the rules, case 1, case 2, case 3, all the rules, just I had a discussion with respect to abstract method only. Sir, then immediately ask, sir, what about default methods? What about static methods in the interface? Sir, default methods, static methods, no restriction. In the parent or child interface, you can take any number, no restrictions at all. Everyone can able to understand, right? Sir, this is at the rate functional interface annotation with respect to inheritance concept, all 4 cases, right? That's all. Sir, in the last videos, just we covered about what is lambda expression, how you can write lambda expressions. Next, what is functional interface, what is the functional interface annotation, and how it is going to behave with respect to inheritance. Sir, now I hope you people can aware how to write lambda expression and what is the meaning of functional interface. Now once I write a lambda expression, I want to invoke that expression just like a method. For that, functional interface can be required. Regarding, sir, what is the purpose of functional interface, right? Sir, to invoke, to call lambda expressions, we should go for what? Functional interfaces, right? Sir, how we can use? Without lambda expression, with lambda expression, multiple examples I'm going to discuss. How our code will become, do you know, right? The code, length of the code, how it is going to be reduced, readability of the code, how it is going to be improved. Just observe the power of lambda expressions you are going to see, because we are in a position to call, to execute lambda expressions also. Are you able to understand, right? Now come back to our story, sir. Sir, I'm taking, I want to explain both examples for you. Without lambda expression, with lambda expression, how the behavior will be there. Sir, first let me take the story without lambda expression. Without lambda expression. I don't want to use lambda expression, sir, because I am 1.7 version developer. I don't know about these lambda expressions on someone assume. Sir, I have one interface is there. Interface. Okay. Interf. I have one interface is there. Interface. Interf. Now, sir, just observe that public void m1 method. Just I have one method public void m1. Of course, with our knowledge, as per our knowledge, is it a functional interface or not? Yes. If the interface which contain exactly one abstract method, it's always functional interface. Whether we are using functional interface annotation or not, we are not required to worry. It's always one functional interface only. Sir, I want to implement this interface. I don't know lambda expression, sir. Then what is the way? Just I'm using class demo. Regarding class demo, implements class demo implements interf. Regarding class demo implements interf. Sir, now I'm taking public void m1, public void m1, system.out.println m1 method implementation. M1 method implementation. Okay, like this one I'm taking. Observe, class demo implements interf, public void m1 method implementation, like this, right? Now what's my target here is, observe, Sir, I want to call this M1. What is the way, sir? Class test. Within the test class, I want to call this method. Public static void main method. Public static void main method. String array args. Public static void main string array args. Now take a bit special care. I want to call M1, which is present inside demo. Demo class object must be required. Under this demo implements what? Interrupt. That's why what I can take, sir, interrupt I is equal to new demo. Interrupt I is equal to new demo. Have you observed? Parent interface, interface reference can be used to hold implemented class object. This is nothing but polymorphism property, sir. I hope you people may aware in your OOPS concept. I.M1. Happily, do you know this method implementation by default is going to call, and this output by default we will get. The person who don't know about lambda expressions, regarding the person who don't know about lambda expression, this is the sample code, right? I hope everyone can able to understand, right? Now, sir, new version 1.8 version came. I'm very perfect in the lambda expression. Sir, the same requirement with the lambda expression, how we can able to do that, sir? Sir, here just observe with the lambda expression. With the lambda expression. Okay, same interface is there with me. Interface, okay, interrupt, okay, which contain one abstract method, public void M1, right? That's all. Interface interrupt, public void M1. Now we are not required to take any implementation class. Sir, we can use lambda expression directly to implement this M1. How we can use, sir? Very simple. Class test. Public static void main string array args. Public static void main string array args. Do you know interrupt I is equal to bracket open, okay, like this. Sir, now just system.out.println SOP of M1 method implementation. M1 method implementation, like this I'm taking. Sir, forget about this one. If you observe this lambda expression, sir, I'm converting this method implementation in the form of what? Lambda expression. Have you remembered? Sir, if I can take, sir, these are the arguments to M1. Won't take any arguments. Next, do you know implementation contain only one line? That's why curly braces we can able to remove. Sir, how I can call that? Very simple. Do you know? Sir, whenever compiler came across this line, immediately you are using this lambda expression we are holding by using interface reference, right? What is the name of that interface? Interrupt. Inside interrupt, how many methods are there? Only one abstract method, M1. Compiler can guess, oh, these are the arguments to M1 method. This is the implementation. That clarity compiler can able to identify. We are not required to worry. If I call I.M1, this body is going to execute. Happily it is going to print, okay, sir, M1 method implementation to the console. Have you observed, right? Just have a look. In the normal without lambda expression, we require to write a separate class. We require to provide implementation separately, right? But if I use a lambda expression, we are not required to write any separate class. We are not required to write any separate class. Just we can replace total implementation with a single lambda expression. Are you able to understand, right? Sir, it is a function, it is a procedure, right? Okay, procedure, lambda expression itself is nothing but an anonymous function which is not having the name, but internally that naming is mapped, name mapping is going to be happen with this reference. Clear, right? So once I write a lambda expression to invoke its functionality, which you think must be required, sir? Functional interface must be required. By using functional interface reference, we are allowed to call lambda expression implementation. Everyone can able to understand, right? Okay, this is what you people should be aware. So interface reference can be used to hold the lambda expression. Are you getting right? So to invoke that lambda expression, we should go for what? Functional interface. That's all, sir. Sir, let me execute this code so that you people can aware clearly. Have a look once. Sir, here just observe that I'm taking a small same thing only, right? Interface interf, public void m1. Sir, class demo. Sir, I took one interface interf. This is the demo class which implements interf, public void m1. Sir, this is normal implementation. Are you getting? This is what? Normal implementation, right? Okay, normal implementation I'm taking. Next, class test one. Okay, interf I is equal to new demo I dot m1. Are you getting? Same thing. Sir, this one interface. Next, this one is nothing but implementation class. Just I created object for the interface, of course, implemented class and I dot m1. Let me execute this code. What is the name of this one, sir? Test one. Let me execute this code. Java C test one dot Java. Are you getting? Java C test one dot Java. Happily the code compiles, so there is no problem at all. Java test one. Have you observed, right? Normal implementation. Okay, that's all we are going to get, sir. But the same thing I want to take with lambda expression. But anyway, I didn't try it because you have to tell that how you can implement. Can you spell out, sir, what is the way? Interf I is equal to. Yes, what is this special symbol, sir? Sir, this one. Okay, arrow symbol. And then I have to take what is the body you want, system.out.println, just lambda expression implementation, like this I'm taking, sir. That's all. Just I dot m1 method, right? If you observe, what is the need of writing separate implementation class and so on? That lengthy code we are not required to write. Sir, here I saved this code as test2.java. Let me execute this test2, sir. Java C test2.java. Okay, Java C test2.java compiles fine. Java test2. Have you observed, right? What is the output by default we are getting? Lambda expression implementation. Is it clear for all of you? Sir, from this discussion, you people should aware very clearly, right, sir? Lambda expression. If I use lambda expression, length of the code is going to be reduced, readability is going to be improved. Regarding its easiness to the programmer, right? So one point. Next, what is this one, sir? It is a procedure. To call this procedure, okay, we required what? Functional interface. Functional interface provides a type for the lambda expression. To invoke lambda expression, compulsory we should go for what? Functional interfaces, right? Sir, now I.m1, any number of times you can call, no problem at all. But if it is the normal implementation, a bit lengthy code, more code we require to write. Is it clear, right? First example, how to write lambda expression, how you can invoke lambda expressions, right? Okay, that's all. Sir, now in the last example, of course in the last video, I covered the first way, how to write lambda expression, how we can invoke that lambda expression by using functional interface. Is it clear, right? Okay, let me go for one more example so that more number of examples you will get more perfection. You have to familiar how to write lambda expressions, how to invoke that. Okay, have a look once. I will same, more or less same example, just only method signature got changed, sir. without lambda expression. Sir, I don't know lambda expressions, then how I have to implement? Interrupt is interrupt. Public void add method is there. What is this method, sir? Add. Int a comma int b. It is going to take how many arguments, right? 2 arguments. Sir, int a comma int b. Now I want to provide implementation class. Class demo implements interrupt. Okay. Public void add int a comma int b. The sum is a plus b. That's all. Just this method is going to take 2 int values and print it's a sum. That's about my requirement, right? Sir, now class test 1. Interrupt I is equal new demo. Interrupt is reference can be used to hold implemented class object. Next, I dot add of 10 comma 20. If I can call 10 comma 20, then what is the answer by default we will get? The sum is 30. Are you getting? It's going to execute. The sum is 30. I dot add of 100 comma 200. What is the thing by default we are going to get, son? The sum 300. The sum itself is 300 like that. Everyone can aware. Sir, it's a normal implementation, right? I don't want to use this traditional old approach. I want to go for with the lambda expression. How I can able to do that? Sir, let me write. Sir, here let me rewrite once again. What is my interface, sir? Interface, interrupt. This interface contain how many methods? One method, public void add of int a comma int b. Public void add of int a comma int b. Sir, I'm not required to take any separate implementation class. Now, class test, public static void main method string array args. Okay. Now my requirement is I want to write lambda expression to implement this functionality, right? What I will write, can you please guide, son? Interrupt I is equal to, sir, a comma b gives system.out.println, the sum is of course a plus b. The sum a plus b. Now I dot add of 10 comma 20. I dot add of 100 comma 200 like this. I'm taking, sir. Just have a look once, sir. Okay. This is about lambda expression. This is one lambda expression. Now, do you know? I didn't provide any type. What is the type of A? What is the type of B? I didn't provide. Compiler can guess automatically based on the context. This is called what? Type inference. Sir, compiler can guess automatically the type based on the context. How it is going to be happen? Very simple, sir. Sir, this lambda expression represented by which type of variable? Interface. Interrupt, right? Interrupt. Then immediately compiler will check. Oh, these are the arguments to interrupt abstract method. Sir, which one is the method, sir? Yeah. Compiler can guess automatically. Yes, what is the name of this function? What is the? These are arguments to which method? A. Next, A and B. This method can take how many arguments, right? 2 arguments. That's right. 2. Next, these arguments are what type? Int, compiler can guess automatically. We are not required to write, sir. Are you in a position to understand? Sir, based on the context, compiler can guess the types automatically. We are not required to write separately. Okay? Like, if I can execute this code perfectly, the same output by default we are going to get. Are you in a position to understand, right? How you can write a lambda expression, okay? Which can take 2 input values as the argument and print the sum. How you can invoke that functionality, right? Clear, right? Okay, let me go for execution, right? Just have a look once. Sir, this is our traditional approach. Interface interrupt, public void add method, which can take 2 int values. Next, class demo implements interrupt, public void add method, the sum by normal implementation. Next, class test, the sum by normal implementation, okay, a plus b like this, right? Next, public static void main intraf I is equal to new demo I dot yard of 10 comma 20 I dot yard of 100 comma 200. Is it clear, right? Sir, let me run up to this code, sir. Java C test1 dot java. Yes, the code compiles fine. Java test1. What is the answer, sir? The sum by normal implementation 30, the sum by normal implementation 300. Yes, this is the way how to implement normally, sir. Normal implementation only. But my requirement is I want to implement by lambda expression. Just let me take, sir. Interface, interf, public void, yard method, int a comma int b, public static void main. Can you please guide, sir? Can you please guide? Interf I is equal to a comma b. A comma b. Okay, sir. Here system dot out dot println. System dot out dot println. Okay, the sum by lambda expression. The sum by lambda expression. Okay, is a plus b. Are you getting that? Is a plus b. The sum by lambda expression. Okay, a plus b like this I'm taking, sir. Observe that this total lambda expression hold by interface reference I dot yard of 10 comma 20 I dot yard of 100 comma 200, right? Sir, this is the way how you can write lambda expression, how you can invoke that lambda expression by using functional interface, right? Sir, now let me compile this code. Java C test2 dot java. Yes, the code compiles fine. Java test2. Have you observed, right? The sum by lambda expression 30, the sum by lambda expression 300. That's all, sir. This is what you people should aware clearly, right, sir? How to write a lambda expression. Slowly you people are getting hands-on. How you can write lambda expression, how we can call these lambda expressions at very basic level, right? Okay, that's all. Sir, now it's a very clear how to write lambda expression. Next, how we can call lambda expression. Almost 2 examples we covered already. Let me go for one more example, just for your revision purpose. Beyond that, nothing. Here, just have a look once. Interface, interf. I have interface, interf, which contain public int get length method. Here, return type is also there, sir. Okay, get length method. If I can provide string, then what is its length? By default, it's going to return. So now, class demo implements interf. It is a normal Java class. Okay, public int get length, return yes dot length. Okay, if I provide some string, then it's going to return its length, right? Next, class test, public static void main interf I is equal to new demo. Just I'm calling I dot get length of hello. It's going to return how many characters are there? 5. It is going to return that 5 I'm printing by using SOP statement. Similarly, I dot get length of without lambda, something like I'm trying to print, it is going to return the number of characters just by using SOP I'm taking. A simple example, before 1.8 version, without lambdas, how you can write? Sir, now with the lambda expression, how we can write this one, sir? Just let me write. Can you spell out what is our interface, right? Interface, interf. Next, here I'm taking public int. What is the method, sir? Get length. Public int get length of string yes. That's all. This is about my interface, right? Sir, I want to provide implementation for that. Class test, public static void main method, public static void main method, string array args. Sir, my requirement here is, observe that. Sir, I want to implement interf I is equal to, sir, just it is always going to take, it's always going to take string as argument. String yes, okay, gives just I'm taking return yes dot length. Observe that very carefully, sir. Sir, here, what is the argument? Yes. Yes is a what type? String type. Just I'm keeping return yes dot length. Have you remembered, right? What are various simplification techniques of lambda expression? Here body contain how many lines? Only one line. Then curly braces are mandatory or optional? Optional. Okay. We can remove these curly braces. Okay. Like next, sir, if the method return something, compiler can able to guess the return also. That's why we are not required to specify like this. Next, here, yes, you are talking about int of I. Int of I contain how many methods, right? Get length, only one method. Of course, now this is the argument. It can compiler immediately can guess this one is the argument of get length. Argument is what type? String type. Compiler having that information. Why we require to specify like this? Next, so if it can take only one argument, then parentheses are mandatory or optional? Optional. Okay, like we are not required to take. Have you observed? Just our lambda expression will become yes gives yes dot length. Yes gives yes dot length. That's all. Now I want to invoke this lambda expression, right? System dot out dot println I dot get length of hello. I dot get length of hello. Next, system dot out dot println I dot get length of with lambda expression. Okay, just I'm taking sir with lambda expression. That's it. Have you observed the total implementation of the functional interface? How many lines, right? Just this is the only one word. Are you getting yes gives yes not length? That's all. Sir, itself is nothing but lambda expression. Now you have to keep hands on. Are you getting hands on? So I know how to write a lambda expression. How I can call that lambda expression? You should have clear clarity about this one, sir. Sir, let me go for execute this example, sir. Here just observe interface interf public int get length method string yes. Class demo implements interf public int get length of string yes return yes dot length. Is it clear, right? Okay, sir, same example only, right? Now interf I is equal to new demo sop I dot get length of hello I dot get length of okay I dot get length without lambda. Like this I'm taking, sir. Let me execute this code. Here Java C test1 dot Java. Sir, without lambda expression, sir. Java test1. Have you observed? 5 and 14. Okay. The length of hello is the 5. Without the lambda is nothing but length itself is 14, sir. Okay, that's all. Now let me go for test2. Okay. Sir, here you have to tell the code. Public int get length, right? Sir, can you please guide? How I can write? Interf I is equal to yes gives yes dot length. That's all. Are you getting? Now directly you can call system dot out dot println. Okay, I dot get length method I'm calling. I dot get length of. Okay, here hello I'm taking, sir. Hello. Similarly, I dot get length of with lambda expression. Like this I'm taking, sir. Now just class test to observe. This is the total implementation of functional interface itself with the lambda expression, right? So now take a bit special care. Java C test2 dot Java. Java C test2 dot Java test2. Are you getting? First time hello. The length of hello is nothing but 5 characters are there. The length with the lambda expression, length itself is nothing but what? 22 is there. Are you in a position to understand, right? Okay, sir, how you can use lambda expression? How we can use lambda expressions? How you can call that lambda expression with functional interfaces? Clear, right? Okay, that's. Sir, now almost around 3 examples we covered already. Sir, just how you can write a lambda expression, how you can invoke that lambda expression by using functional interface. Sir, still if you want clarity, then you can consider this video, fourth example, otherwise you can ignore that, okay? But next video with respect to runnable, I will cover that thing compulsory you have to view, sir, okay? Anyway, this one just observe. I have one interface is there, interface interrupt, public int square it. Regarding what is the method, sir? Square it is the method. I will provide one int value, right? Then normal class implementation, class demo implements interrupt, public int square it of int x. Regarding public int square it of int x, return x into x square. X square, x into x, like. Sir, how I can call that? Interrupt I is equal to new demo I dot square root of 4, I dot square root of 5. Regarding I dot square root of 4, I dot square root of 5. That's all. Sir, this is just a normal implementation. How a normal implementation without using any expression. But now let me go for with the lambda expression, how I can write the code. Look once. Sir, here interface interrupt. Can you spell out what is the method, sir? Public int, what is the method? Square it. Public int square it of public int square it of int x. Regarding int x, this is the my interface. Sir, can you please tell, is it a functional interface or not? Yes. We can use, if it is a functional interface, then only we can use lambda expression, sir. Remember that. Sir, here class test public static void main method, public static void main method string array args. Regarding public static void main string array args. Now my target is interrupt I is equal to have you observed right here, sir? X gives x into x. Sir, observe that how much easy expression, lambda expression, sir. X gives x into x. Sir, how many arguments are there? Only one argument. That's why parentheses are optional. Next, the compiler can guess the type automatically based on the context. That's why it's also not required. Next, return not required. Body contain only one line. Curly braces are not required. X gives x into x. Now directly you can call that functionality, sir. System.out.println I dot square it. I dot square it of 4. System.out.println I dot square it of 5, sir. Square root of 4 comma square root of 5. Is it clear for all of you? So how we can use, okay, how I can write lambda expression which can take one int value and return the sum, return the square it, right? Sir, how you can do that? That's all, sir. This is what you people should aware clearly, right? Are you in a position to understand, right? Okay, sir, without lambda expression, with lambda expression. Sir, just now let me execute this code, sir. Sir, this is without lambda expression. Interface interrupt. What is the method name, sir? Public int square it of int x. Next, class demo implements what? Interrupt. Sir, public int square it of int x return x into x, like this, right? Sir, now just interrupt I is equal to new demo I dot square root of 4, I dot square root of 5. Sir, let me execute this code here. Just observe that Java C test1.java. Regarding Java C test1.java, Java test1. What are the answers, sir? 1625. Because square of 4 is 16. Square of 5 is what? 25, right? Sir, this total cinema related to without lambda expression. Sir, the same thing with lambda expression I want to do, sir. Just this is my interface interrupt public int square root of int x. Can you please guide how we can write lambda expression for this? Interrupt I is equal to int of I is equal to x gives, okay, x gives x into x. Regarding that's all. Simple, sir. Itself is the lambda expression. Int of I is equal to, what is the need of writing class demo implements dot dot dot? That nonsense is not required once we are using lambda expression, right? Now system dot out dot println. System dot out dot println. Okay, here I dot square it of 10 I'm taking. I dot square it of 10. I dot square it of some 100 I'm taking, sir, or otherwise 20 I'm taking. Can you please cross check what is the answer by default you are going to get? Java C test dot Java. Happily the code compiles fine. Java test 2. Have you observed, right? The square it of 10 into 10, 100. Next the square root of 20 into 20, its value is nothing but what? 400, right? That's all. So this is the way how you can consider. Are you in a position to understand, right? How we can consider, how we can write a lambda expression, how we can invoke its functionality, multiple examples, right? Okay, that's all. Sir, in the last videos we covered how to write lambda expression, how we can invoke that functionality by using functional interface with small examples. So write a lambda expression to find the sum of two given numbers, next to find square, or to print hello world, or otherwise just to print length of the given string. Like we covered small examples, right? But anyway, I want to use lambda expression with the predefined functional interface, something like runnable. Have you remembered, right? In the multi-threading concept, you people have very clear idea. Sir, runnable interface. Sir, do you know runnable interface is the functional interface or not? Yes, because it contains how many methods? Only one method. What is that method? Run method. That's why runnable interface is functional interface only. Why don't you apply lambda expression concept for the runnable interface? Okay. So now, in how many ways we can define a thread? There are two ways are there. First way extends a thread class. Second way, by implementing runnable interface. Sir, if you want to understand very easily these things, just in the YouTube, my videos are there. Just in how many ways we can define a thread. Please go through that, and then you can come back if you are not having idea about, sir, how to define a thread. Because I want to use that concept directly with brief explanation. Just observe. I don't want to use lambda expression. Without lambda expression, how we can define a thread, how we can start a thread, how you can execute. Just observe that. Let me write class my runnable implements runnable. Class my runnable implements runnable. Class my runnable implements runnable. I'm taking. Next, whenever we are implementing runnable, compulsory we require to provide implementation for which method? Run method. Because runnable interface contain only one method, run method, right? Now public void run method. Within the run method, we require to write what is the job of a thread. Just assume my job is for int I is equal to 0, I is less than 10, I plus plus. For int I is equal to 0, I is less than 10, I plus plus. System.out.println, SOP of system.out.println, just I'm taking child thread. Are you getting? Just I'm taking what? Child thread, right? So, how many times this for loop is going to execute? 10 times. Have you observed? If I start a thread, then the job of the thread is, this is by default considered job of thread, right? Job of thread. Okay. Just I define a runnable job. But to call this runnable job compulsory, we should go for Okay, compulsory we should talk about how to start this thread. Okay, how I can make thread instantiation and so on. Just observe class threads demo, class threads demo 1, class threads demo 1. Okay, public static void main method string array args, public static void main string array args. Can you please tell at this point of time how many threads will be there? Only one thread. That thread is main thread. So every Java class contain only one thread. That thread is always what? Main thread only. Okay, now I want to define a thread for this job. I want to execute that thread. What is the way is, first create an object for this. Okay, runnable r is equal to new my runnable r is equal to new my runnable. Just I created one runnable object, something like I created one car. Okay, but to start this car, compulsory some person must be required who is having start capability. To run this runnable job, some driver must be required. That driver itself is nothing but what? Thread object, right? Sir, create thread object. Thread T is equal to new thread of with this runnable job. Okay, runnable object I'm passing. Do you know, sir, I created a thread for this runnable job. Now, how I can start? T dot start, right? If I use a T dot start, can you please tell at this point of time how many threads are there, sir? 2 threads. Do you know? Up to this only main thread. Up to this only main thread only. But whenever we are using T dot start, okay, 2 threads by default will be there. Main as it is and a child thread. Main thread and a child thread. Do you know? Both threads will be executed simultaneously. So child thread job is run method. Main thread job is remaining code. Sir, what code I want to write? Here system.out.println. Okay, here just I'm writing main thread. Just I'm writing main thread like this I'm taking, sir. Sir, now just instead of one time, let me write main thread also some 10 times. Okay, for int I is equal to 0, I is less than 10, I plus plus, system.out.println. Here I'm taking what? Main thread. Okay, just I'm taking main thread, right? Okay, end of the main, end of the class. Take very special care, sir, because not only in this example, even in the next anonymous inner class also, lambda expression and anonymous inner classes are best friends, sir. That's why there also we require to take multi-threading examples only. That's why listen a bit carefully. Sir, in this example, this is the way how to define a thread. Sir, this total thing is nothing but defining a thread. Are you getting? Just write a class, implements runnable. Next and after that, sir, provide implement run method. Within the run method, whatever the code we are taking, this is called job of thread. This code executed by child thread. Are you getting? Which thread is the responsibility to execute, sir? Child thread, this for loop, right? Next, sir, once a main method started, how many threads are there? Only one thread, main thread. Main thread creates runnable object. Main thread creates thread object with that runnable job. Main thread started child thread. Sir, after T dot start, how many threads are there, sir? 2 threads are there, child thread and main thread. Main thread is the responsible to execute this code, sir. This code is executed by which thread, sir? Main thread, and this code executed by child thread. Sir, how many threads are there? 2 threads, sir. In which order these 2 threads are going to execute, we can't expect. It is varied from system to system, run to run. But at the end, both the jobs completed or not. That's what important in the multi-threading. But in which order they executed is not important, sir. Sir, the people who don't know multi-threading much, better to view, sir, my multi-threading videos are there in the YouTube, sir. So that you people can feel more comfortable with that, I'm sure. Sir, this is the way how to define a thread, how to create a thread, how to start a thread. If I run this code, what is the output I'm going to get, sir? We can't expect. The output is varied from system to system to run, because the reason is, if multiple threads are there, in which order the threads are going to execute, we can't expect it. It depends on thread scheduler whose behavior is mission dependent. Clear for all of you? So now just up to this, let me execute and let me show the output first, and then the same thing how we can write with respect to lambda expression, right? Just have a look once, just up to this. Just I'm taking here, just observe a bit carefully, sir. Code is the same. Class my runnable, implements runnable, public void run method, okay, child thread. Next class threads demo 1, runnable r is equal to new runnable, thread is equal to t dot start. After t dot start, 2 threads are there. Now this is the main thread and this is the job of the child thread, right? Okay. Now let me execute this code, sir. What is the name of the program I used, sir? Threads demo 1, okay. Java C threads demo 1.java. Java C threads demo 1.java. Java threads demo 1. Have you observed? What is the output by default we are getting, sir? Can you please cross check? Main thread 10 times followed by child thread 10 times. Yes, both threads got executed. Don't expect every time this output we are going to get, sir. Have you observed? Sir, this is main thread some 5 or 6 times, and then child thread, and then main thread came live. Sir, if I run once again, have you observed? Main thread followed by child thread. If I run once again, there is a reference there. If I run once again, sir, have you observed? Keep on observing. Run to run, there may be a chance of changing the output, sir. Okay, run to run, there may be a possibility to change the output. Here, just have a look once. Just keep on showing the same main thread followed by child thread. Don't worry about that. Compulsory the output will be changed, sir. Sir, here just have a look once. Yes, here have you observed? There is some first child thread, and after that main thread, and after that child thread came in the picture. That's why run to run, the output is going to be changed. We can't expect, right, sir? Up to this, you people can aware how we can write a simple Java program without lambda expressions, sir, to start a thread by implementing runnable interface, right? Sir, the same program I want to explain with lambda expressions. Almost how much length of the code came? Have you observed, right? If I start using lambda expression, we are not required to write this much length of the code. Okay? How we can able to do that? Take very special care, sir. Here I am taking directly class, okay, threads demo, class threads demo 2, sir. Class threads demo 2, public static void main method, public static void main method, string array args. Okay. At this point of time, how many threads are there? Only one thread. That thread is nothing but main thread. Let me write lambda expression which implements runnable interface, right? How we can able to write, sir? Take a bit special care. Runnable r is equal to, I have to take run method implementation, right? What I will take, sir, here just bracket open. Okay, sir, it is the run method, sir. Now, okay, curly brace open, because I want to write multiple lines. This is the job, right? I want to write multiple lines. That's why just what is the job? What is the code I want to implement inside run method? For int I is equal to 0, I is less than 10, I plus plus, system.out.println, okay, child thread, like I took, sir. What is this one, sir? Child thread, like this I took, that's all. Are you getting? What the need of writing? Class, my runnable, implements runnable, public void run, all those things my compiler can able to guess, okay, with this line. Yes, a simple lambda expression. Have you observed, right? This total itself is lambda expression. Of course, implementation of which one, sir? Run method, right? Clear for all of you, sir? Sir, runnable R is ready. The remaining code is the same. Create a thread, T is equal to new thread of R. Thread is equal to new thread of R. And then t dot start. Thread is equal to new thread of r t dot start. Now at this point of time, how many threads are there, sir? 2 threads, sir. Main thread and child thread. Child thread job is this code. Organic main thread job is, let me keep for int I is equal to 0, I is less than 10, I plus plus system dot out dot println main thread like this I'm taking, sir. Main thread like this I'm taking. Have you observed, right? Now the difference is very clear, sir. So write a lambda expression that implements a runnable interface run method. Best example, if I can use a lambda expression, how much code I require to write? If I don't want to use lambda expression, how much code we require to write? So make sure lambda expressions makes the length of the code will be less. Obviously readability of the code is going to be improved. But only problem is you have to habitize with this new syntax, right? Once you habitize, once you start using then you can feel this code is nothing but nonsense. Are you getting that? Unnecessary length of the code is going to increase. All this nonsense we are not required to write. Simple, very simply we can able to write the code. That is the advantage of procedural. Are you getting that? Functional programming. We can assign a function. Lambda expression is a function with a variable, sir. Something like int I is equal to 10. Something like string s is equal to hello. Just the runnable r is equal to one function we are assigning as a value. Such type of facility is there because of what? Functional programming. Lambda expression concept came to enable to use functional programming features in Java, right? Everyone can able to understand. Sir, let me run this one so that you people can feel whether we are going to get the same output or not. Just have a look once. Sir, here this is the first example I covered already. So without lambda expression, this example already I covered, sir. Even I executed also, different possible outputs also I showed. Now let me go for next example, sir. Have a look once. Runnable r is equal to, sir, if you observe that, just have a look once here. If you observe, this total thing itself is nothing but, what is this concept, sir? Can you please explain? What is this concept? This is nothing but lambda expression. Have you observed, right? Lambda expression. Runnable r is equal to, this is the lambda expression. Next, thread t is equal to new thread of r t dot start. T dot start. For int I is equal to, if I can take, sir, whatever the output I got earlier, the same output by default we are going to get, sir. Just have a look. You people may feel sorry showing old output only, like, let me perform changes, sir. Here lambda expression, lambda, or otherwise just lambda child thread like this I'm taking, and here also just I'm taking lambda main thread. Otherwise you people may feel sorry showing old output only second time also, like, sir, that's all. Now what is the name of this program, sir? Threads demo 2, sir. Just have a look once. Java C threads demo 2.java. Threads demo 2.java. Java threads demo 2, sir. Okay, have you observed? Lambda main thread, lambda child thread, main thread, child thread, like that. If I run once again, lambda main thread, lambda child thread, like. If I run once again, lambda main thread, lambda child thread. Okay, main thread, child thread, main thread, child thread. There is no guarantee for the same. Have you observed, right? Here there is a difference there in the output, sir. Main thread, and then child thread came, and then main thread once again, and then child thread came. Run to run, system to system, the output by default will be changed, sir. Okay, here these are the things what you people should aware. Just observe that. Have you, if you observe, there is a difference, maybe a chance. Yes, if you consider run to run, there may be a chance of output will be changed, sir. Just why always showing? Okay, here just have a look once. At least different output I have to show. Okay. Hare. Okay, here just have a look once. Yes, luckily. Here have you observed? Main thread followed by child thread, followed by main thread, followed by child thread. whenever the situation comes to multi-threading, the guaranteed output is very, very less. Is it clear for all of it? Of course. Then if you don't know, if we can't expect output, then how I can use multi-threading? Sir, in the multi-threading, between the jobs, there is no dependency. Whether all the jobs completed or not, that's what we require to check. Of course, it's a part of multi-threading. There you can able to check, sir. Sir, up to this is the clear for all of it, right? So, how I can use lambda expressions concept to define a thread? Is it clear for all of it? That's what you people should be aware. Okay, this example out of all 5 example, this example is the more worthy, sir, because defining a thread, creating the thread is a very common requirement in our Java classes. Now onwards, don't use this blurry approach. Better to go for what? Lambda expressions approach, right? Sir, with very less code, we can able to meet our requirement. That's all. Are you able to understand, right? Sir, especially this one, better to listen second time so that you people can get more clarity. The people who don't know multi-threading concept, please make sure before checking this video, you have to complete multi-threading at least in how many ways we can define a thread so that you can feel more comfortable with that. Okay, that's all, sir. Thank you. Sir, now you people aware how to write lambda expression, what is the functional interface, how we can use functional interface to invoke lambda expressions like. Up to this whatever I covered, okay, let me summarize just about these functional interfaces, lambda expression, just 2 or 3 points. Here just observe, functional interface. Have you observed? Sir, functional interface should contain exactly one abstract method. Are you getting? Functional interface should contain exactly one abstract method. Sir, exactly one abstract method is nothing but single abstract method, which is also known as SAM. That's why SAM interface is nothing but functional interface. Single abstract method interface is nothing but what? Functional interface, right? Is that clear for all of you? First one. Next, sir, it should contain exactly one abstract method. But what about default methods, static methods? Because from 1.8 version onwards, happily we can declare default methods and static methods inside interface. Of course, why? What the reason? That part we will discuss soon. Sir, now it can contain any number of default methods, any number of static methods, no problem at all. So restriction is always applicable only for abstract methods, not for default methods, not for static methods, right? Next, sir, that's all. This is about what it can contain. Next, where we can use. Have you observed? Sir, functional interface acts as type for lambda expression. Functional interface acts as type for lambda expression. Sir, I wrote a lambda expression, sir. Okay, bracket open, bracket close. SOP of hello. Hello. Just I wrote one lambda expression. But what is the type of this lambda expression? What is the type of this lambda expression? Compulsory should be some type must be required. That type is nothing but interf I. This interf is nothing but what? Functional interface, right? So here for the lambda expression, functional interface acts as a type for lambda expressions, right? Something like int I is equal to 10. Sir, int I is equal to 10. 10 is what type? Int type. Suppose int I is equal to 10. 10 is what type, sir? Int type. Are you getting? String S is equal to Durga. Sir, here Durga is what type? String type. Similarly, I have lambda expression is there. Okay? Sir, here I have lambda expression is there. What is the type of this lambda expression? The type itself is nothing but functional interface, right? Are you able to understand, right? So it acts as a type for lambda expression. Next, interf I is equal to, it's a type. This one is the lambda expression, right? Next, what is the purpose of functional interface? Once we provide it acts as a type, By using that, happily we can invoke this functional interface as any number of times based on our requirement, right? So to invoke lambda expression, functional interface must be required. I told repeatedly several times, right? It can be used to invoke lambda expressions. Example I dot m1. We used already in the last examples, right? Not required to keep much explanation. Now I hope everyone can able to understand, right? What is lambda expression? What is the functional interface? Is there any link between these two things? Yes, that's all. These are the properties of lambda expression as well as functional interface, right? Clear for all of it, okay? That's it. Sir, here just observe. Now, what is functional interface lambda expressions? You are having complete idea. But now there are some small observations must be required. You have to use your mind to think in this direction also. What is functional interface? It should contain only one abstract method. SAM, single abstract method interface, is nothing but functional interface. Why don't you think in reverse? Functional interface, why it should contains only one abstract method? If it contains multiple abstract methods, what will happen, sir? What is the problem? Why it should contain only one abstract method? The reason I will explain, just observe that. Here, why functional interface should contains only one abstract method? What is the reason for that? Just I have to explain. Are you getting that? Okay? Sir, very simple terminology, sir. Listen a bit more carefully. You have to observe. What is the purpose of functional interface? Functional interface acts as a type. Functional interface acts as a type for the lambda expression. Functional interface can be used to invoke lambda expression. For lambda expressions concept purpose, functional interface concept came. Correct, right? With all our examples, you have that conclusion, right? Now take a bit special care. I have one interface is there. Sir, interface interf. Are you getting? I have an interface is there. Interface interf. Now public void m1 of int I. Public void m1 of int I. Can you please tell, is it a functional interface or not? Yes, obviously, right. Now I want to write a regular expression. I want to write some lambda expression. Okay, to print, of course, to implement that. What is the way? Can you please tell? Interf I is equal to, just I'm taking I gives SOP of I into I. If I provide some int value, it is going to print the square of that int number. That's about my lambda expression, right? Of course, not required to keep much explanation. But now I have one small doubt, sir. Observe very carefully. Sir, here, of course, I give, sir, otherwise here I am using interf I. Interf I is equal to, I gives like, how I can call this? I dot m1 of 10, I can take. Or I dot m1 of 20, I can take. No problem at all. So, it is a functional interface, it is a lambda expression. By using this I can invoke its functionality, right? You know all these things from the last examples onwards. Here observation is, can you please tell the answer clearly, sir? Here I am taking I. Can you please tell, this I is what type? This I is what type? Immediately, compiler is going to check, oh, you used this lambda expression with this interf I. So immediately interf, in the interf, which method is there? M1 is there. So this total lambda expression, my compiler is going to map to M1 method, right? Are you getting? Automatically it will map to which method, son? M1 method. Now I, simple compiler is going to fail. I is argument to M1 method. Next, SOP of I into I. This I is what type? Int type. It's always going to consider with respect to M1. Sir, here, next, SOP of I into I. This is the implementation. Which method, sir? M1 method. Are you able to understand? Sir, the total lambda expression mapped to which method? Map to which method? M1 method. So what is the type of I? What is the I? I is the argument of which method? What is its type? What is the implementation? Everything my compiler is always going to map to functional interface, that single abstract method, right? Everyone can able to understand, right? Now just take different scenario, right? Sir, I'm taking here interface, interface. I have public void M1 method is there int I. Same example only, right? Public void M1 of int I is there. I wrote the lambda expression, right? Of course, can you spell out what is the way, sir? Interf I is equal to, take very special care, sir. Interf I is equal to I give system.out.println I into I. Can you please tell this total lambda expression mapped to which method, sir? This total lambda expression mapped to which method? M1 method. Just based on our previous discussion, it's mapped to M1. By mistake, if I add one more method, if I'm trying to add, sir, okay, my another new method is public void M2 of int I. Are you getting? Total how many abstract methods are there, sir? 2 abstract methods. Now that interface I'm using as the type for this lambda expression, then immediately compiler is going to get confusion. Array, this I is the argument of M1 method or argument of M2 method. Then compiler is not in a position, okay, to identify this is the implementation of M1 method or this is the implementation of M2 method. Compiler unable to identify. Are you getting? Total lambda expression concept is going to be fail. That's why are you able to understand? So if you want to use functional interface to invoke lambda expression, compulsory that interface should contain exactly one abstract method. Then only compiler can map lambda expression with the interface method, right? If the interface contain multiple abstract method, compiler not in a position to map lambda expression with the corresponding method. That's why, is it a problem or not? Immediately I will ask, array compiler, what problem you are going to get? Immediately compiler will say incompatible types. Are you getting? What is this compatible error, sir? Incompatible types. Sir, for the lambda expression under this interface, both are not compatible, because when the interrupt will become compatible if it contain only one abstract method, but it contain 2 abstract method, not compatible. Incompatible types saying interrupt is not a functional interface. Interrupt is not a functional interface. Regarding interrupt is not a functional interface, clearly it's going to tell, sir, in this assignment compatibility is not there. Incompatible types you are performing assignment. That's why incompatible types, interrupt is not a functional interface, right? Sir, multiple non-overriding abstract methods, multiple non-overriding abstract methods in interface interrupt. Are you getting? Multiple non-overriding abstract methods in interface interrupt. This is the compatible error by default you are going to get. Make sure, sir, now, sir, you can able to identify what is the reason why the functional interface should contain exactly one abstract method, right? Sir, what is the purpose of functional interface? To invoke lambda expression, correct, right? To represent lambda expression. Sir, lambda expression should map to some method of interface. So if interface contain multiple abstract method, then in the mapping there is a problem is going to come. That's why, sir, this functional interface should compulsory contain a single abstract method only. Without abstract method or more than one abstract method, it's always not treated as a functional type functional interface. We can't use for lambda expressions. Clear for all of you, right? That's what you people should aware. Just I will execute anyway. so that you can able to understand, right? Observe very carefully this explanation, right? Lambda expression mapped with m1 uniquely, but lambda expression not in a position to map with the interface method because multiple interface methods are there. That is the reason functional interface should contain exactly one abstract method only. Okay, let me show, let me execute this code, sir. Have a look once. Here I am taking just very simple interface interf. I am taking interface interf. How many methods are there? Public void m1, public void m1 int I. I am taking, assume that public void m1 int I. Sir, here just observe that, yeah, here integer I. Sir, I gives, I want to print I into I, sir. Okay, I want to print I into I. Sir, this total thing is the implementation of. Can you please cross check, sir? This total thing is mapped to which method? M1 method. Are you getting? Sir, this I itself is the argument to this one. Next, this total thing is by default considered as body of this M1, right? Okay, like this is mapping is there, sir. Let me execute this code, sir. Okay, 10 I am passing. I dot M1 of 10. Then it's going to print what? 10 into 10. What about its value, sir? 100, like this, right? Sir, Java C test.java. Happily the code compiles fine. Java test, what is the answer we are going to get, sir? 100. Perfectly itself is the valid, sir. But now what I want to take, by mistake I am taking second method also. If you observe, I am taking second method. If I can take second method, sir, is the compiler in a position to map this lambda expression with any of these two methods? No, because compiler don't know to which method it has to map. Immediately compile time error we are going to get saying incompatible types. Are you getting? Lambda expression you can't assign for this type because it is not a functional interface, right? Just have a look once, son. If I can take the same program here, just have a look. What is that compatible error, sir? Can you please cross check? Incompatible types. Interf is not a functional interface. Interf is not a functional interface. Multiple non-overriding abstract methods found in interface interf. Is it clear for all of you? That's why, sir, just if you can think a bit carefully, you can able to understand very easily the reasons, sir. Just think with pleasant mind. Why functional interface should contain only one abstract method? Because functional interface concept came for implementing or for invoking lambda expression. So compulsory lambda expression implementation should map with only one method of functional interface. That's why functional interface should contain exactly one abstract method. Clear for all of you, right? Okay, that's all. Sir, next important case, a small another observation you have to make. What is the advantage of at the rate functional interface annotation? If I am writing explicitly at the rate functional interface annotation, what advantage by default we are going to get? Very simple, sir. Just listen. I have one interface is there. Sir, I have one interface interf. I have interface interf. Now it contain one method is there, sir. Public void m1 method is there. It's a functional interface only. Public void m1, it's a functional interface because it contains only one abstract method. Whether you are using or not using, no problem. Whether you are using annotation or not using annotation, no problem. Itself is the functional interface only, right? Now my question here is, sir, once it is the functional interface, we can use this interface, okay? Interf I is equal to hold the lambda expression. Some people provided implementation as hello. Okay, interf I is equal to like this. Some people provided implementation as interf I is equal to system.out.println hi. Okay, like some people provided implementation yes, okay, system.out.println lambda. Okay, here just I'm taking lambda like this, right? You are getting? Sir, whether this lambda expression or whether this lambda expression or this lambda expression, all these lambda expressions represented by, sir, what the functional interface interf. How many functional interfaces are there? Only one. How many lambda expressions I wrote? Multiple lambda expressions, but all these lambda expressions always internally maps to which method, son? M1 method only. According to our previous discussion, whether this hello or this one or that lambda expression, all these things are related to what? M1 method only. Clear for all of you, right? But, sir, by mistake, tomorrow, if a person came, he is trying to add another abstract method inside this interface. If any person adding this abstract method by mistake, all these lambda expressions won't work, sir. Immediately we are going to get incompatible types like that. Is it correct or not? Sir, how I can specify explicitly? Boss, this interface used for lambda expressions, don't add any new abstract methods. I want to specify explicitly. How we can specify explicitly? For that, at the rate functional interface concept came, sir. Okay, I want to specify explicitly that, boss, this functional interface used for lambda expression, don't try to add any new abstract method. How I can specify explicitly? By using what? At the rate functional interface. Are you getting? At the rate functional interface. By seeing this one, everyone can able to get, oh, it is a functional interface. It should contain only one abstract method. Not possible to add any new abstract method. Okay, like to provide that information, to provide that guidelines, we have to use explicitly at the rate functional interface annotation, right? Are you getting? Sir, by mistake, if a person trying to add, immediately compiler will give left and right. Already specified, it is a functional interface which is used for lambda expression. How you can add second abstract method like comparative error? By default we are going to get, sir. Clear for all of it? What is the advantage of at the rate functional interface annotation? It acts as, sir, it indicates that this interface used for lambda expressions purpose. Don't add second abstract method. Sir, how I can convey? By using this at the rate functional interface annotation. Clear for all of it, right? That's all. What is the advantage? Even we are not specifying also, still it is the functional interface. But what is the extra advantage if I can take with this? Because it is providing extra information that was it the functional interface, don't try to add any new abstract method. Clear for all of it, right? Okay, that's all. Hello friends, good morning. So in this tutorial, just of course in this video, I want to talk about Java 8 new features. Are getting the big demand is there in the YouTube area, next even in Amirpet area also. Sir, what are various new features are there in Java 8? Why these new features came in the Java 8 version? These things let me talk. Sir, as the part of Java 8, what topics we are going to cover, or what important topics are there? The first biggest important topic, the most, Java 8, immediately the word will come in the picture. Okay, lambda expressions. Are you getting? The first one, lambda. In our lambda mathematics, we can use the symbol, sir. Lambda expressions. This is the most valuable topic, especially in the Java 8. Sir, if I am using the word Java 8, the first word in every student mind is going to be there, lambda expressions. There are n number of comments for our video, sir. Can you upload Java 8 new features or lambda expressions? Like this is the first topic. And after that, sir, a new type of interfaces came. Okay, of course, these are there in the old versions, but the word may be new. Functional interfaces. Are you getting? What is the word, sir? functional interfaces which can be used to call lambda expressions. I want to call lambda expression, something must be required, some type must be required. That type itself is nothing but functional interface. Anyway, don't worry about that, just aware the words. Next, after that, I will talk about these two things are almost, right? Sir, how to write lambda expression? Next, and after that, how you can call by using functional interfaces, right? Next, in the interfaces, normal interfaces, right? We can write only abstract methods. We can declare public, static, final variables, right? Every method present inside interface is always public and abstract, whether we are declaring or not. Every variable present inside interface is always public, static, final, whether we are declaring or not. Sir, this rule is applicable until 1.7 version only. But in the 1.8 version, even you can declare concrete methods also inside interface. Those methods are nothing but default methods. Are you getting what those methods are? Default methods. What is a default method? What is the purpose of default method? How these default methods we can declare? I will explain in detail. Okay, don't worry about that. Sir, default methods in interfaces concept. Sir, from 1.8 version onwards, we can declare concrete methods also inside interface in the name default methods. Next, fourth one, sir, even we can declare static methods also inside interface. We are getting static methods also inside interfaces, right? So, default methods, and after that one, static methods also. These two are extra things are allowed inside interface from which version onwards? 1.8 version onwards, right? Next, after this, we have to talk about there are some predefined functional interfaces are there. Sir, standard predefined, what is the first one? Predicate. What is the first one, sir? Predicate. Next, second one, function. Next one, do you know, right? Predicate. How to use predicate? Predicate is a predefined functional interface. Similarly, function is also predefined functional interface. Next, consumer. Are you getting? Consumer is also predefined functional interfaces, right? We have to discuss about these predefined functional interfaces. Okay, with lambda expression, happily we can use these functional interfaces, right? Which methods are there, how you can use, that part I will discuss in detail. Next, after that, do you know, in the C++, I hope you people may aware double colon operator. Regarding the C++, we can use what? Double colon operator, which is also known as what? Scope resolution operator. In the C++ it is there, but in Java it is not there, right? But make sure in the 1.8 version, happily we can use this operator, but it is not a scope resolution operator. The purpose is the different. C++ double colon operator, Java 1.8 version double colon operator, purposes are different, don't map that. Next, what is the purpose of double colon operator? For method reference. Are you getting what is the purpose of? Method reference and constructor reference. Method reference and constructor reference. Method reference and constructor reference by double colon operator. Double colon operator. Okay, you people should aware these things. I will explain in detail, don't worry about that. What is the method reference, how you can use, what is the constructor reference, how to use double colon operator in Java 8. Next, after completing this, okay, next topic, the most valuable topics are, so whenever we are using Java 1.8, in your mind only two words come in the picture. The first biggest word, lambda expression. Yes, obviously Java 8 means lambda, lambda's expression. The second biggest topic is streams concept. Regarding what is these concepts are? Streams concept, stream API. Regarding stream API, so to perform operations on collections, bulk operations on collections will become very easy. In your normal coding, if you are writing 5 lines, 6 lines, 7 lines of the code, just you can write by using stream only 1 line. So to write more readable, maintainable, concise code by using streams concept, wonderful, beautiful concept, sir. It is, sir, whenever we are using Java 8, only 2 words in every person mind. One is lambda expression, second one is what? Stream API. Most valuable concepts are, of course, my favorite topics are. Now, the next topic, sir, we have to talk about date and time API. Regarding a new date and time API concept came to handle date and time values very easily, sir. This date and time API introduced by Joda.org. Regarding something like our Joda Akbar in the cinema movie is there, right? Just Joda Akbar date and time API, Joda.org. These people introduced it. That's why it is also known as Joda API. Remember this one. So that's all. There are several other topics are there. Have you observed? So these are the new features what came at the part of 1.8 version. Have you observed? First we require to talk about what? Lambda expressions, functional interfaces. Next, in the interfaces, a new addition, default methods of you can declare what is the purpose, what is the static methods, and after that we will talk about predicate, function, consumer like predefined functional interfaces, how we can use these things with lambda expressions, and then double colon operator, how to use method references and constructor reference by using double colon operator. Next topic, stream API. Most valuable concepts are stream API. Next, date and time API, which is also known as Joda time API, right? Sir, these are the topics what we require to discuss. Yeah, the part of this video series. Are you in a position to understand, right? Sir, if any person asking, sir, can you please explain or can you please tell what are new features came in the 1.8 version? This content itself is an important question for the interview room. Can you spell out, sir? What are various new features? Immediately you have to tell. Lambda expressions. Next, functional interfaces. Default methods and static methods inside interface concept. Predicate, consumer, function, like a double colon operator, stream API, Joda time API, like you should be in a position to tell. Okay? But anyway, sir, I'm telling directly. These are the things we require to discuss. These are the things which came as a part of Java 1.8 version. But what is the speciality of this Java 1.8 when compared with the previous versions, right? So, do you know, first version of Java came in 1996. You know, right, Java 1.0 version came in the 1990 major. Next, 1.1 is the minor version. But whenever we are